to use face mask?
It's just being... It's a stupid plugin.
That we have.
No, that Streamlabs has that allows people to put face masks over the streamer.
Like a Snapchat filter kind of thing?
Sort of, but for stream.
That was the only thing I could think of that was like putting one of those stupid dog faces over yourself or something.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we live? Oh.
Live.
We're live.
Live.
We're live.
Yeah, we know.
Ergo Andrew.
I wasn't saying that for that.
Okay.
No. We're making short pass at live and calling it live.
Gosh,
Live.
And we are already fucking everything up.
Stab everyone at this table.
Oh,
Except
finally.
Jake. Jake's not fucking with me.
I wasn't fucking with you either. I was like, excuse me?
That one in the red polymorph shirt was the one fucking with you, not me.
Huh? What? What?
You can't
Bailey's
even.
been fucking with me all day.
Haha.
Okay, I think I have done the extent of,
Did you
Any
get
mo-
Smunchy?
Yep.
Did you get Maddie?
Nope.
I got Maddie.
Oh, right, I need to actually press the tweet button.
Do that tweet.
That tweet. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. I apologize if that just roast anybody out. Okay, now I'm going to put this away because I don't need it for the rest of the night.
You say that.
My laptop?
Oh. I thought it was one of the D&D books.
I mean, realistically, it's unlikely.
No schlorp. No.
Slort?
Net.
I mean, lick it to claim it.
No. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit.
You don't know where Jake's dice have been.
In his belly button.
Probably in my belly button, to be honest.
Yeah, it's more likely to be in his belly button than mine.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, we're all going to die.
You first.
We're in Rivertown.
You right.
You guys have fun with your mage bang.
Welcome to the place where everyone goes to die.
ESPRPG is playing Elder Scrolls.
Fuck. Just trying to open
That
this.
and that. Good.
I need to open up this page so I
Oh, that's right. Yes.
have an idea.
I clearly now require a model for each of my 10 centipedes that are going to be awakened.
Yeah, you can figure that out yourself.
I'm just going to make paper mache centipede models.
I'm sorry, do you want to run that by me again?
The centaurpedes.
Paper mache.
Yeah.
Somebody just poot.
What?
I think his book pooted.
Okay.
What?
Maybe.
I thought I heard a poot.
I did not fart.
No.
I thought it was Nind, and then immediately he started to speak, so I was like, he's covering up for his poot.
I was gonna say, if it were a Jake poop, we'd be all scrambling for the
Yeah,
door.
I like that Jake just went to lock us in.
Oh no, I didn't do it for the acoustic
also
reasons
nice.
or anything.
He doesn't even have the incense lit
Huh?
to save
Bring
us.
the heating pad up for yourself?
The seating pad?
Yeah, is it plugged in already?
Yeah.
What'd you plug it in?
Holy shit.
Where I plug everything in over here.
We are.
They're way ahead of you.
I've had this on since I got here so I don't die.
Ah!
What are you doing?
Shoving the box out of their chair.
Hi, Aiko.
What? Oh my god.
This is mine now.
Oh no, I'm being fought over.
Box in the middle.
Alright, you two, share.
So our chat isn't working in Streamlabs.
Streamlabs Streamlabs, wow!
Ah!
So I guess I just.
Press refresh chat.
Is there a refresh chat button in
Yeah.
Streamlabs?
Nothing.
Does I don't know if it fucking works.
The machine is here.
Huh?
Yep, it
Mystery.
worked.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, because we have to do that every time we raid, because otherwise it sticks on their channel.
Yeah, or we could just close Streamlabs every time we're done.
I mean, yeah, you're the last one by the computer.
That would be a you thing.
I press the stop streaming button.
I
You
don't
need an
push
Alt
any of the
F4 button on
buttons.
there.
No,
Huh?
no.
You
me
need
neither.
an Alt F4 button on there.
This does have the ability for macros, so it's possible.
Oh, somebody with a notepad loyalty badges was a note from last week too. Thank you, DM.
Also, that's somebody's notes from the DM.
It's not mine.
It's probably mine because mine's missing.
Oh, ESPRPG went.
Oh, hello.
They're rating, or they're
You were
streaming.
playing Elder Scrolls though.
I did not get a haircut. I shaved my face, and
That is like a haircut.
It is a little bit like a haircut.
I mean, yeah. And you also did get a
Beard is
haircut.
hair.
Andrew, you also did get a haircut.
A while ago.
Oh no, I did actually get a haircut.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
recently?
last
No,
week,
I-
yeah. I just got it trimmed up.
I need to get a trim really bad too.
but the way my
Same.
hair's so soft right now that it
Not my
refuses
haircut
to sit in my
for years.
normal hairstyle, so it's like
Tupperware party.
slowly drifting down over my face
Wait a minute. Hold
because
on,
it's so
there's-
fluffy.
Fluffy!
I have so many. Oh
Now
hey,
you look like an
Are you okay over there, DM?
I don't know anymore. I
Tentacle Jake has made an appearance in chat.
that didn't take long.
Welcome back, Tentacle Drake.
Are you in chat
Hello,
right now?
Panda.
Hi, Panda.
I
You
have
should go chat real quick so I can see if the VIP badge worked.
Okay, my phone is gonna die. Hold on.
I have the non-consumable
church
magic
are you in?
items for
That
all
one.
y'all that you guys
Is
got.
the VIP
I'm
badge
fast
little
charging,
crown?
so
Yeah, I'll
That's
steal it
exciting.
after a little
Is
bit.
it a little
Oh,
like
10%.
crown?
no, that's they're a Prime user.
Okay, is a little star there.
That's a subscriber.
Yep.
Vox is the only one with the VIP role
Hold
scribe,
on,
so
hold on.
Oh. No.
We.
Vox is the only important person here.
Oh, more and more, Vox is the guinea pig.
I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck I'm doing here.
Drinking.
I mean that's true. That is.
Beep. Three?
Plotting.
Fuck. We're dealing with that again.
Hey, send
hey, do you remember to figure out what items you were gonna give everyone?
Yeah, I actually had that written down. It's
Oh.
just we never got to the place where you guys could get them.
Mine
Nope.
won't let me send.
Flame Hands Jake has also made an appearance in chat.
My phone's being
Oh
Let's
my
kill things in all caps alongside it.
Let's kill things. I agree.
Oh yeah, I'm going to talk to
Why?
All right.
Bulger Ironbrow. Bulger?
Oh,
Centipede.
well, that's Direwolf. Direwolf needs to go away.
Spash is working
You
on the
wouldn't
dire
eat
wolves right
centipede.
now.
Oh.
Why would you eat my awoken centipede?
Did you know that they have like 4 eyes?
Centipede?
No, they have 6.
So yeah, nobody told me that.
What has success?
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know why you decided to bring that up here.
Because dire wolves got mentioned, and then I remembered that Spashy was working on them.
What
And
is
I got
with you
excited.
people with multiple eyeballs on things?
That was not me. That was told to me
Yeah.
after the fact.
You get a little diamond.
A little diamond. Which diamond?
Okay,
Meat more.
so, things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have had
Do you need us to do the recap for you?
no, because we haven't even done announcements yet.
Oh. You were right.
I've had a very long week, so please bear with me as I try to get my semblance of sanity together.
There's no
bearing
bears
with
here.
What?
There's no bears here.
I don't know, you said I was a bearish twunk.
I think Bailey's a bearish twunk.
I don't get the bear part.
Oh my god, can we not discuss that here right now?
Thick.
I don't need to pull up a chart.
It's just because thick.
Because thick.
Anyway. So
Josh,
first
I'm so glad that that's recorded.
Welcome to Tales from the Tavern. We're a bunch of nerds that sit around a table and pretend to play D&D.
Erica just realized she was literally licking her plate on camera.
And going blem pretty loudly, actually.
Yeah, no, it was that picked up. You going lim 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 like a freaking gecko.
Oh my god, that video of all the geckos licking the
With the
honey.
Yoshi sounds?
Yeah, the Yoshi sound.
I'm already done with one.
This one.
How many more do you have over there?
At least one more.
Wait, how many more do you have over there?
At least one more.
What would you value a human
Oh my
like that?
god, get
What
the
would you
top
value a
off.
human like that?
Fuck. I'll get that while
I
I'm just doing
believe
that.
if you sell all non-essential human body parts, you can make $130,000.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I should mention
Define
that's
non-essential.
like your extra kidney for women, you know, like the eggs and things like that.
Yeah,
and-
I still should do that. I'm not using them.
It's not me, I promise.
Welcome to Tales from the Tavern, where apparently you can sell most of your body parts.
or your appendix.
What is the use of that?
Okay. Let's get through announcements. We can return to the conversation of selling body parts later. Oh my god. I swear, we do play D&D.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Uh,
Where do you think I got these dozen dickweed candies from?
an actual store. Right. So, before we get started, we're going to thank our sponsors and apologize to them. We'd like to thank Tabletop Loot for supporting whatever this is. They're actually fantastic. They send us lots of dice.
We're professionals.
Indeed.
Professional.
You can actually head to their store and enter the code Tales Tavern at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase of dice. I don't believe it works for anything else. They have a bunch of metal dice. They have some tiny dice, and overall they just have some pretty epic dice.
And they're cool people. Also, their quality control, A+. Are you guys okay?
You know what?
Yeah, we're good.
I don't want to know. We're gonna move on. So yeah, go check them out. They're awesome. I think we have a link in the. Oh, actually, we might not have a link in the description. However, if someone types ! Tabletop loot, I think.
I'm gonna.
Loot. It's just loot.
I think I actually put 2 in.
Is it TTO?
Oh, you've got the.
I've got the thing right here.
I'm glad I did that. Yeah. So yeah, go see them. Awesome people.
They are.
We are also a partner with Humble Bundle. Andrew, take it away while I go get wine stuff.
Oh, there's good stuff in the Humble Bundle.
There's a lot of stuff going on with Humble Bundle right now. In the Humble store right now, they have all Square Enix games on sale up to 90% off.
Ooh.
They also
I
have
got paid today.
They also have a Valentine's Day sale where games are up to 90% off, and you could. I haven't looked at the price, but it's listing Handful Boyfriend at the top of the list.
Oh, never mind. You have my attention.
There's the Humble Monthly, which has Vermintide 2, Cultist Simulator, which is a very strange game. There's no tutorial in that game. And Earth Defense Force 4.1, which I installed and have yet to play. They also have the Paradox.
What did I miss?
He's empty with his mouth.
They still have the
Angel.
Paradox Interactive bundle going on right now. Age of Wonders, etc., etc.
I thought that wine bottle was gonna fall over.
And then great Game Maker games, because I'm just ignoring you guys at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
One of them is actually one that we've played on YouTube, Kingsway.
Oh, yes. Kingsway's good.
And the other one is one that Bailey and I have played together a lot, Cook Serve Delicious 2.
Cooks are delicious. It's not even a good game.
It's really not, but it's a really good waste of time. And then a bunch of other games I don't recognize, so That's pretty much it. They do have a couple book bundles going on right now that look interesting now that I'm looking at them. They've got one on robotics and one on designing games, so I might have to go take a look at those.
Yeah, just what you need. More books.
Wait, what? More? You can never have enough books.
Yeah, I'm calling you out in public.
Just because I have like 100 D&D books and PDF.
Over.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, on that last one, they gave me 85 books in the bundle.
I
Have you even looked at all of them?
Actually.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I go through every single one and go, okay, what's this one about? And I give it a quick read and I go, okay, either I'm going to look at this one later or I put it in a pile of this might come in handy later. And then the ones that go in that first pile, I actually go through and read the entire book. I have a lot of free time at work, okay?
I do too, but I write.
I try to write, and then I remember that I'm not good at writing.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Says who?
Shit.
I just told you. Me, a published writer.
Haha.
All the validation you need.
You can't be any worse than my writer friend who has a fucking degree and is like, I don't like writing with my pants on.
Wait.
I don't like writing with a pencil
I
either.
don't like writing with a
But
pencil either.
she's
See,
like,
I did not hear
opinionated
writing with a
about
pencil. I heard, I don't like writing with my pants on. I'm like, I agree.
it. I agree. She
If
was
you could
literally
have
like,
pants off right now, you
keep
would
a
have
character
pants on.
journal.
I'm wearing sweatpants.
Are those pajamas?
And I was
Yes.
like, you went to school for this. You have a degree, little baby.
I didn't get a pen.
Is...
It's that one play.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That I bitch about all
so,
the time.
continuing on.
Yeah, I'm done with Humble Bundle. I'm good.
Meanwhile, I'm
Cool.
sitting here with pencil writing
So,
in my book.
to go
I'm
contribute to Humble Bundle, we also have a link for that. That is also in the description. I know that one. If you actually go through our link, you help support charity.
Oh.
We get a small, I forgot what it's called. It was like a, yeah, that thing. Because I totally heard what she said.
And,
Kickback.
you know, for all of those aspiring writers out there, just remember, Stephanie Meyer got published.
Yeah.
Live your dream.
Live
Who's
your
that?
fucking dream.
Twilight.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm never going to be nice to Stephanie Meyer. I'm sure that she's
That's
a lovely
fine.
woman.
No.
I mean, Epic Rap
the
Battles
entire
is
book is
history.
based on Mormonism, so...
I'm sure she's a lovely woman.
Anyway, so one last thing. Actually, two last things now that I think about it. First off, we are trying to save up for a new streaming machine that this is currently running on. Currently, our computer is at maximum capacity. If we do anything else on this machine, we start losing the ability for programs to function, which makes it very difficult for instances that people cannot make it here thanks to Michigan weather. And with that, we're trying to upgrade the machine. You can see above there is a bit goal. Once we reach that, we'll be able to actually purchase this machine, and we can have some remote players when the time calls for it.
Are we announcing the merch thing yet?
No,
Okay.
no, not until the test thing is
Oh,
done.
yeah.
There's also a secret in the works.
A very big secret.
A big secret surprise.
Fox might actually come hang out for that.
I don't know what it is.
We'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Yes. One other thing.
Also, the big goal is not up there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's above us. It's above me. On stream. Like, it
Yeah,
shows
it's
right
up there.
here. Right along here. If you can't see it, I can't help
No,
it.
I was scrolled
I
down.
was scrolled down.
Ignore me, I'm sober.
One last thing. We actually have a store on our website where you can pick up a few t-shirts, including our Nerd Pride shirt, the Keep Calm and Polymorph, the I don't have a spell to fix this. Oh,
There's one
and
other
The best shirt.
one does not blame the weapon.
It's the best shirt.
It is. So we have 3 character shirts. We will be working on what? We will be working on more shirts as the campaign progresses and we get memorable ideas for t-shirts.
I just want one of Faerun and Shutter Shades with, like, Sunleaf and Moonleaf in one hand that just says, you know, elfing around.
I like that.
I need you to message me that on Discord so I
What's
don't
up?
forget.
I should probably write that down.
I,
Then.
I would wear that.
Same.
Did she send you progress stuff?
Oh God. Okay.
It's not very detailed yet, but
That's fine.
I don't think I have any other announcements. Do you guys?
No.
Sarah's working on a really beautiful new piece of art for Tell where he's shirtless. I chose that one.
I have seen nothing about it.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Actually, I don't think this one's mine because there's a bunch of pages missing out of it.
I have no.
I'll take
I
it.
don't own one, so I have no idea.
Yeah, the
It's not
DM
mine,
doesn't
but-
have a book that says notes from the DM to
Because-
pass out.
Got a point. It says notes from the DM, not notes to the DM.
I've never had to pass. Okay, I think I have had to pass.
Yes.
that too. But I do it on note cards.
Speaking of, here's a note from the DM.
I don't have a pen. I need a pen.
Why is it?
I mean, most of
covered
us at
in-
the table are DMs, so I guess they are notes from the DM. They're just not the
No
DM
matter
in this
who,
game.
no matter who's running.
Except for Erica.
Okay, I'll add that to the pile of Jake
Can I have
notes
that pen?
that is slowly building up in my area.
May I have the pencil sharpener, please?
Only if you put lots of lead in it.
I'm gonna put a lot of lead in it.
I'm gonna choke you.
I like that.
You walked into that. You shouldn't be surprised by this point. Where's your face palm flash?
You okay, Jake? You haven't even done the recap yet.
I didn't hear it.
I don't think we're playing today.
Then said he was gonna choke me, and I just went, I like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Pretty much for that.
I
Oh,
will threaten you with a good time.
we're gonna have
Trampoline.
fun, damn it!
we're
You're
gonna
gonna like
have
it.
fun, motherfucker.
Yes.
Actually,
You're
you
gonna
guys
like
aren't
every
gonna enjoy
goddamn
it. It's
second
River
of it.
Yes, I
Oh
am.
no, absolutely not.
It's gonna be great.
Now that Crib's not being an ass to tell.
Yes.
I think you should fix that. I mean, he's kind of justified in this case.
Farron's just a rude ass. Tell has been nothing but kind.
He's not the one with sanity problems. Alright, so last time on Tales from the Tavern.
Nobody told me my hair was looking so puffy.
It's not.
By the way, your
Have you
hair's looking
seen
puffy.
mine?
Last time on Tales from the Tavern. The party got attacked by a wolf. A big one. They polymorphed it, carried it off, it came back, they killed it. They were all trees. uh,
I got
Just see
climbed.
I was a flying tree.
They continued on their journey towards River Tan after the combat with the dire wolf and found the, I believe I was calling them the checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Way station, whatever.
I'll come up with an official name later. With checkpoint for now. Where they rested for the night. They ended up going out and collecting food before nightfall.
Let me in, please.
Flynn and Grim had a competition. I've got to replace your image. Sorry. Grim image. I'm writing this down before I forget and before I drink too much more.
Grim
Here,
image.
let me help you with not drinking too much more.
I didn't say I needed help with that. I just knew I was going to drink
No,
more.
no, we understand you need help with it. Don't worry about it. We've got you.
Yep, you're good.
It's not poisoned.
I knew that to begin with. Anyway,
You
so
thought you knew that.
they stayed the night. There was some shouting outside for help. They did not go to aid.
And Tell was like, bitch.
And they finally made it to Riverton, where they have this sense of
Dread.
Gross.
dread,
Apprehension.
Thanks, Mage Bane.
a kind of vacuuming sensation of magic in the area, and
Mindcaster.
a warning that people in the town may be wary of adventurers. From what I remember, you guys were splitting the party.
Yeah.
Sure were.
There were two different taverns: the Nasty Steed and the Dynamic Sword. The Nasty Steed being run by a tavern keeper named Julia, and the dynamic sword ran by what sounds like a dwarf, Balgar.
Olgar Ironbrow.
It's a strong name.
It's actually
It's like iron.
I swear if I walk in there and it's a fucking gnome and not a dwarf, I'm going to be upset.
I do need to know who all was going in what directions,
Oh, I
because
don't remember.
I was going to the dynamic sword. I think I was going alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone else was going. No, Faerun might have been going with you.
Frankie?
nope, that's Bug.
Bug! Cat, put the cat on the camera. Get the cat on the camera. Look at this cat.
Look at this
Isn't he
cat.
This is
Look
Bug,
at
sir.
Bug.
He shits on my carpet.
Look at this cat.
Ooh, the baby.
Hi, Bug Surrington.
Hello, sir.
He shits on my carpet and meows at 3 p.m. to get fed.
I mean,
It's
3 p.m. is
3
reasonable.
Hi, you.
It's when Katie normally gets home, so usually she comes home and feeds him. So he got very used to that, and that's he starts meowing at 3 o'clock until you feed him.
Oh. I will put you down.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
At least it's not 3 a.m.
No, I'd strangle him.
Also, at least he doesn't leap up on the bed and start licking your face until you're awake.
No, he gets on my chest and then almost hisses at me when I pull him off
Bless you.
to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of the night. All right, so Faerun and Myth. Why the
For like
fuck
a year now.
Oh my god! I do not know why I fucked that up. I almost said Nikane.
I'm over here.
I'm aware of this.
Hi, I'm over here.
And I'm over here.
I'm over there.
Oh shit! My eyes are deceiving me.
Ugh.
That witch magic, huh?
Over there, and up there.
That's me.
I'm actually perched up in the corner of the room.
You're just
I'm
projecting
like a
an
weird.
image.
I'm like a weird spider. Like.
Oh, no.
Centipede.
Nope.
Anywho. Alright, so we've got a group of 4 going to the Nasty Steed and a group of 2 going to the Dynamic Sword.
4.
I guess Flynn's
Flynn's still with you.
with us. It's just kind of AFK.
I tried to forget.
Wow.
I tried to
Rude.
forget them too.
I mean, that sounds like Grim. Alright, so I am going to cover those heading to the Dynamic Sword first.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much right in front of you guys.
Cool.
It is actually the tavern that you see coming into town that is near the courtyard where the soldiers gather.
Fuck, I don't remember what I was gonna ask now. I didn't write it down.
We were trying to get information on the missing.
No, I know, but I had like a whole lead in my head.
You had a smart way to approach this.
Time to improv this shit.
Yeah, I was ready to improv it last week.
And then we stopped.
I mean, if you want to change your mind,
Oh, I'm still going. I was just.
you
It's-
just...
Why were we going to the 2 different taverns? That part I don't remember.
So the Nasty Steed is where the
We're gonna
caravan
get paid.
leader said he would end up for you guys to get paid.
Okay.
So we're going to collect
Money.
muns.
And in general,
I thought we were
And I
going
think
to
we
go
were also
talk
staying
to.
there.
Julia.
And Julia is the barkeep who would be more likely to have information
Okay.
regarding things about the town that doesn't require talking to grieving parents.
I like not talking to grieving parents.
Yeah, Tella's not going to enjoy that
No, same.
at all.
Nope, same. You and I
Oh,
can sit
I
we
like
should
that you
leave-
guys don't like this mission to begin with.
Oh,
we should
yeah,
leave,
tell us
we should
very
leave that
well.
up to the sociopath.
Which one's that?
I'm not a sociopath.
Yet.
I'm not a sociopath.
Getting there.
Myth is gonna be.
Maybe. Eventually. Someday.
If Aldwin doesn't interfere first.
Snake.
Sneak.
Or if something terrible doesn't happen first. What? Sorry.
An untimely demise.
Why is my
Oh, do I want to keep those in case I want another small plates in case I want more crunch tacos?
Alright. So, the dynamic sword. Walking inside the front door, the tavern sign to begin with looked like an elegant blade.
Was
Had
it
like
dynamic?
not really. But it had like
Why is it called the dynamic sword?
You're ruining our immersion, Jake.
I know.
I'm ruining it. Yep. Has
Give
nothing
the
to do
GM.
with the direwolf fight. The symbol on the tavern sign is a elegant looking sword. It has kind of shows like the star of like glinting sunlight even to make it look shiny. And inside, it's not as loud as you're used to a lot of taverns. Several taverns you're used to walking in. It's rowdy. It's loud.
There's music.
There might be children.
Not anymore, right?
Adults acting like children, maybe.
Inside, there's not really music. The lighting is.
God damn it, Nint.
What was that?
My phone.
Get your shit together.
Probably don't do that with your phone.
Like, we have room to
I've
talk.
kicked it across the house. It's been
Hey, my
fine.
shit is together.
Not deliberately, but I have
It
kicked it
is.
across the house.
Yes.
If you say so.
Look at my ponytail.
So,
It's together.
It's
My
carry on.
shit is together. I'm like,
I just realized that the split of where everyone's going is literally down the middle of the table.
Look at that.
You're welcome.
Right. So, inside is actually fairly dimly lit. You can still see even without the use of night vision. And there are several soldiers that seem to be in this tavern. Several of them are kind of grouped in around different tables. For the most part, nobody's really up at the bar. Some of them are eating food, enjoying it much more than what you assume is the soldiers' normal rations. The food here seems to be a little bit higher quality. And behind the bar, there is a dwarf. He's got a big graying beard and a massive unibrow.
Perfect.
And I should mention, all of his hair is gray.
Is this a dynamic sword or is this the other place?
This
Yes.
is a dynamic sword.
Maybe the Unibrows a dynamic sword. I'm not going to say that to him because he'll kill me.
The tavern itself is adorned with several used weapons. Displayed up, some of them, all of them appear to have seen battle. You don't know who they were wielded by, but they all seem to be mounted, and it kind of creates almost like this silvery look throughout the tavern itself.
They were all used on unwanted adventurers.
Behind the bar, above where all of the alcohol is kept, there is a massive greatsword.
That's the dynamic sword.
I kind of like that here. It was a unibrow, though.
There it is.
The pommel of this sword has a massive ruby on it, and it looks like it's very finely crafted, and actually appears to have not seen much battle. You two walk in, and the sound of the door opening, the silence continues, but a few heads kind of turn in your direction. Some of them kind of turn and go back to their conversations. Right. Farron has a passive perception of 20.
Yes.
You do notice that there's a few people who are still eyeing you after you enter.
Soldiers or others?
Soldiers. What do you guys do now that you're inside?
I'm gonna head up to the bar and order an ale.
From Rivertown?
Then you're not supposed to drink the water.
Oh.
Unless they water down the ale.
It's owned by this bar.
Do you know how ale's made?
No.
There's water involved in the ingredients.
Should I order something else, like a wine?
Might be safer.
I will order a wine then.
I will say that Myth knows enough about making ale that drinking ale probably isn't safe here.
Gotcha.
I will give that to you because of your travels.
Because of my... do you know how ale's made? I assume with alcohol.
Very
Carefully.
good!
It's made carefully
Good.
by experienced hands that know more than me.
Yes, there's likely
Right. Alright,
a
so.
rye of some kind involved.
Alright, so. Go. Alright. What kind of wine would you like?
Do you have berry wine?
Got some halfling berry wine from the Heartlands. Cheap stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Alright, and for you?
Yes, the same.
Okay, sounds good. 3 silver pieces.
And Mitt's gonna slide him a gold.
Gets out a few glasses, and pulls out a bottle, pours 2 glasses, and slides them to you. So, what are strangers like you doing here?
We were helping bring in a caravan. And she's gonna kind of lean a little bit closer and say, I heard that you might be somebody to talk to about the situation with the children.
I've got some news, yes. Kind of looks around. I can say for certain to keep your eye out. But, what do you wish to know?
And she's gonna first reach into her pack and take out 2 bottles of apnea and say, special gift from the caravan. Did you have a different room you might want us to put it in?
Sorry, repeat that. My brain
Basically like, hey, do you want to go somewhere more private to talk?
He kind of looks at the bottle. His eyes kind of go wide. You assume that he hasn't seen many bottles of apnea pass through here. And looking upon the shelves, it kind of shows. He's like, looks around. I think that could be arranged. Takes the bottle. Sets it behind the counter, out of sight. Martha! Get out here and look over the bar! And you see a dwarven woman kind of walk out from the back area. Are you kidding me? I'm cooking! God damn it. Nobody cause any trouble! Or you're banned! And he just kind of... He gets out from behind the bar, swings open... I don't know what they're called. It's like a gate.
The saloon style door.
No. It's it
the-
forms a table and he
Yeah.
just pulls it up, and he passes through, closes it behind. All right, come with me. And he kind of walks you towards one of the. There's a side room with some curtains that he takes you guys to. There's a nice table with some chairs sitting around it. And it looks like there's a window, but it's currently draped closed. All right.
I heard that they're kind of keeping a close eye on adventurers, so thought it might be best.
Yes. Considering the last real group of adventurer that came by sort of caused all this mess.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you might have a thought, Tavern.
No. I mean, that kind of explains why, everyone's going, death staring us when we enter.
We don't get too many visitors in this town. It's got a bad reputation.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It does.
Yeah,
Could it be the water or the missing
a
fish?
little bit.
Was it a dragonborn?
It was. Why,
Rainbow color?
yes.
Okay.
How do you know?
And he said I shouldn't stalk him.
We ran into him, and my friend's been very interested in him since he first saw him, had a bad feeling about him, and at the time I didn't think it was justified.
There are some things that are not normal,
Ah.
and being that rainbow colored, among other things, is one of them.
Well, when he came to town, we were grateful for quite some time we have had a problem with water elementals. They're fairly weak around these parts due to the Mage Bane, but for the most part, they still cause havoc.
Oh, a water elemental made of. Do they have the Mage Bane in them? Ugh.
The Mage Bane is in the water, yes.
That.
Well, we were looking for someone to handle the problem, as it was disrupting a lot of activity, especially near the river, which, if you can imagine, for people needing to drink, that causes a bit of a problem.
Last we saw him, he was in the Southern Sphere.
Well, he certainly travels fast.
Yeah, you were. How long? It was like 2 days before we came up here. I saw him in 1 day.
It's been about a week.
It took you guys 2 days of travel to get here.
No, from
From-
when we
from Crete-
la-
from
from when
Crete.
we saw him last to now. It's been like what?
3 or 4 days.
Sorry. Me too.
But, I mean, that's when we came from the Southern Sphere.
Mm-hmm. I think that means he also did this. He either had the same
So-
thing or did it himself.
He was in the Southern Spear how many days ago?
4 or 5 days ago.
Well,
So likely
travels fast.
used a mage circle like we did. There were some issues in the south and it had to be evacuated.
Well, that'll certainly be a story that I'd like to hear. But you guys are more curious about what is wrong with this town.
Types of mage bane in the
Yeah,
water?
we tend to do. I don't know if stoop is the right word to describe it, but we do things that are commonly called not the wisest to protect children. Is that accurate?
Right.
Wow, that's really reassuring.
Yeah, that sounds...
Speak for yourself.
It's not the wisest for our health.
Says the one who has 19 kids over there.
13.
19.
Fair enough.
Soon to be 19 if I end
well-
up adopting a bunch of these kids.
He came into town
It's true.
and offered to help in return for payment. Well, he certainly took care of the problem a bit more than we were expecting. And when the town went to pay him, someone had stolen the payment. Well, that wasn't the end of our story. The next day, we awoke to all the children gone.
So it happened all at once.
Yes. One of the guards who had been watching the wall, keeping an eye out for trouble, claimed to have heard, I think he said it was a flute or something.
Fucking Pied Piper of children.
The guard at the northeast end of town remembered nothing from that night, and it is suspected that he went northeast towards the mines.
And did any clues turn up in the mines, or...
Well, if we could go anywhere near them, I'd be able to tell you.
So something happened.
Oh, absolutely not. The mines are controlled by the Church of Suno.
Oh. yeah, that's right.
They are a little bit protective of those who have access to Mage Bane
And
in its raw form.
they didn't care.
Oh, they said they would look into it. And we have heard nothing.
And do you think that they did?
Hell, I don't know.
Choice between Mage Bane or actually looking into something?
I I couldn't say if they looked into it. They could have looked into it and tried to deal with it themselves, not worry the townsfolk, but we haven't heard a word.
And what's your take on it? I know a lot of people think the kids are dead.
Well, it's been a month. It's hard to say. They could all be dead. They could be... I don't know. Anything can happen.
So this
Yeah.
happened a month ago. When did, so that I have an idea, when did the timeline Cirrus told me that kids started disappearing?
It was definitely not a month ago. Because you guys... Yeah, it was within this month. It was near the beginning of this month, though. So... It's really hard to say exactly the date that this all happened without it having been told.
My contact that told me there was issues said that children had started to go missing, and you make it sound like this happened overnight.
Well,
Was there anything happening before that as well, or?
2 different things.
well, there had been a few kids that went missing, but we never found out anything more about that. And then this happened.
It sounds like they're not quite connected.
Well, or, testing with a couple and then it works. I don't know.
It's possible.
I've got an idea, but
I
it sounds crazy. I'm not going to say it in front of you because me looking crazy just doesn't seem good to random people.
You're dressed weird,
I'm
but
gross.
Already crazy.
but you're not the first we've
Try
seen.
being like the
No, you're actually-
Talnay family. You'd be crazy.
I'm
too.
relatively close compared to where I've been. I've been in the deserts. That's closer to the woods than
All right.
that.
Um,
Oh, you mean crazy people, not druids?
no, druids.
Oh, never mind. I'm confusing myself. It happens.
We have a druid in the town. Well, not in the town, but outside of the town.
Ooh. Do you know where? Just in the woods somewhere, I'm guessing.
If I could tell you,
Okay.
What's this druid's name?
her name's Alanil.
You motherfucker.
Ilanu?
Alanil. Elanil.
E-L.
Mm-hmm. Sure is, huh?
Say it again.
Elanil.
Uh,
Bailey?
I know I can't do anything with
Oh,
this
no.
information
Oh no.
I don't
Doesn't
know
matter
who that
that you
is.
know anything.
because she's gonna be in the woods forever.
No, you'll see. Maybe. Because since I dropped it, I'm sure Ninda's gonna want to go after that.
It's a fellow druid, yes.
Oh, so again,
Yeah,
the
She's
idea
a
that
character I know.
She comes into town with herbs and medicine. She's actually very respected around here. Been here for longer than any of us have.
I'll do my best not to fuck with her name then. In the sense of druid name. People don't like me that much.
I can't
I
imagine
wonder
why.
why.
Yeah, and I'm related to him.
Yes. Got an idea.
I hope that answers your questions.
It gives us something to work on before we talk to some parents. Wanted to get some information from somebody that was not as immediately impacted.
Alright. But keep your eyes out. Because most people are not going to like your presence, especially dressed the way you are. You look like adventurers and travelers. You're not covered in mud and shit.
You've got a point.
I've got mud.
Well, we're going to go meet up with the rest of the caravan and part
Alright.
ways with our employer.
Alright. Well, best of luck.
And she's gonna kind of finish the rest of her wine and
Okay. He's gonna take out and head out of this little spot and. If I see anything out of place, you fuckers are screwed.
I like this bartender.
All right. Oh, you think you like this one?
I have idea.
All right. So the other four of you. The guard that you guys spoke to initially does kind of give you directions to where the nasty steed is, and it is closer to the northeastern end of town. As you guys are traveling through the town, again, you're noticing that there's not a lot of people, and then several of the people that you see, they seem to look at you, and then their gaze gets averted. They seem to not want to look at you and not interact with you.
Yeah, Till's used to that.
Same.
He just doesn't. He just ignores it.
Same.
And you guys travel through the town. You pass a central area that appears to have a fountain, but the fountain's not working. There's no water coming out of it. All the buildings around, they all look shut and breaking down.
I don't think we were going to a bar or a tavern.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
we
think
were.
we were going to talk to the mayor because we...
No. So
we
that was
were
an initial thought you
strongly
had,
encouraged to not talk to the mayor.
because
Right.
the mayor definitely doesn't want to talk to adventurers or does not trust
The
them.
mayor lost his kid.
Oh, okay.
Bad idea.
Yeah, there was some reason it was us three.
Yeah, it
because it was like we're the beefy bunch.
Yeah, it was mentioned, but when you spoke to the guard, he advised you.
He
not
was
to.
like, no.
And then I recall you guys going, okay, we'll go to the
Okay.
nasty steed.
I went with him because we're not exactly heavily armored
And
or armed looking.
I can see things.
Yeah, between me and Nikani with the armor, and then
And then Tell with the spook and his huge bird.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
we
the
were the
throat.
ones that blended in a little more.
All right. So you pass through
Sorry,
this
there's
town.
not much blending in I can do, but I'm purple.
You guys pass through
that.
this town circle. A lot of the buildings are kind of breaking down. You see several stores. Some of them are open, some of them are closed. The one that appears to be open looks like it's a general store. And you guys continue on. Eventually you start seeing there's a few larger buildings, which those of you who have any housing experience within cities know that some of these are more like, they're more like apartment type buildings. It's several houses, kind of all bunched into one. People live there in mass. And
remember
the smell of coal and iron gets a little bit heavier in the air. You guys have entered what is kind of the mining and smithing area of the town. Because this town is much more of a mining town. And they do a lot of processing of metals here as well. Following more directions, it brings you closer and closer to the northeast gate, but you turn and find the nasty steed, whose tavern sign is of a horse shitting.
Solid.
Perfect.
And inside you guys
Upscale.
hear music coming out and what sounds like a fist fight.
I think we're in the right place.
Sounds like it.
Why did you
Ox.
turn into ox for like
You did? I have no idea.
I'm gonna pull out my rifle.
howdy partner?
At least he's not.
That would have been a fun. I think the reason I didn't bring oxen is because so many people adopt his accent when I use it.
At least it wasn't a Goliath cowboy with a Pegasus.
All right.
I'm going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go in.
You guys walk inside.
Tell will
And
bring up the rear.
the rowdiness in the nasty steed. You guys hear it, and then the door shuts, and everybody goes quiet. And they all look towards you. There's a guy holding another by the collar of his shirt with his fist up. and there's several people who are around tables drinking, and they're all just looking at you, and it's just dead silent.
Grim just kind of like waves with his knife stump. Just carry on.
And it kind of continues, but you notice that the energy of the place does seem to have died just a little bit. The rest of the tavern, you see that there's not a whole lot of decorations. There's been what looks like possibly semblances of decorations where there were some mounted heads, and they're all like cockeyed and busted. And behind the counter, there is this mountain of a woman. You are not sure if she's actually human, but she looks human. She's just massive. And she appears to be washing some glasses, looks over, shouts at one of the patrons to stop being an ass, and looks at all of you. Well, what can I help you with?
All I wanna do is help you turn into
a
a
giant woman.
This is the exact opposite of my type. For Grim, not me.
Well, what can I help you with?
First of all, a drink.
All right. What would you have?
What's safe to drink?
Are you a magic user?
I'm not. I believe these two are.
Well, for
I
you
am.
then, anything is safe.
Excellent. I'll take a beer.
All right. And the two of you,
Whatever's safe for a magic user.
we've got some bottles of wine
Perfect.
from out of town.
Perfect.
Perfect. That sounds.
Lovely. Thinking to myself,
Yes.
where's Smith with all the fucking apnea?
I feel like
using
I
it
am
as a
dying
trade
in this
tool
place.
by hands.
So she takes a big pint. There's like this barrel that's like in the wall. She just pours it out, slides it in front of you. 2 silver.
What about for their drinks? Just give them a bottle.
Whole bottle?
Oh, a whole bottle.
No, you and I have split a bottle before. Wouldn't be the first time.
That's fair
It'll
enough.
be about 5 gold. It's out of town.
I hand over the 5 gold.
Thanks, man.
She reaches kind of behind the bar, pulls out a bottle, uncorks it, sets it in front of you two. Stops for a second, reaches behind, pulls out 2 glasses, sets them down. Sorry, not used to
Honestly,
drinking out of glasses.
they
with
don't
these.
strike me as the kind that need glasses, really.
Nah. The guy takes the back.
Less for me to wash.
Figure save me some time. You've got enough going on.
They're fine as long as they don't break any more tape. Hey, don't do that!
Second thing we're looking for is information.
Come to the right place.
A group of
Sounds
us came here due to some rumors about vanishing children.
All of them.
The bar stops again.
If this is a conversation best left to something more private, we can hang out.
That's maybe best. There are some of the patrons here who have unfortunately lost some.
I absolutely understand. I've got 13 myself.
Well, then I guess the other question is, will you be getting a room for the night?
I
Do
assume
we
so.
want to stay here?
Yeah.
I assume so. Isn't it where your group is stopping?
I mean, I'm not leaving with them, so I don't really care where they
Probably
sleep.
be for the best. I'm just going to answer for the both of them.
Okay. It'll be,
We're gonna need. Do we want a room together?
Well, who is rooming with who?
Is there a reason that you're hitting on Tella's room too?
I'm not hitting on Tell. It's like one of those like,
Who's?
how much can we save?
yeah, how much money? How many people can we cram in a room?
This isn't a convention.
Yeah.
I have plenty of gold if that is the concern.
Well, if it's a concern, there's only about 5 rooms available.
We could take all 5
Yeah, we'll take off.
and just split us up.
Whew. booking me out for the night.
Flynn can stay with Farron.
Yes, please.
Perfect.
For the love of
Hey,
keep them contained.
as long as he doesn't have sex with any dolphins.
He won't. There's not even any, like, we're near the ocean at the moment.
I need to see
We
one of these
we have a
dolphins.
so
druid
really
with
cool.
us.
It's a running joke.
Oh, you have a druid of your own.
Yes. Oh,
It's not that impressive.
Of our very own.
My great grandfather, he's a little.
Farron's being a dick to tell, so
Ah,
tells me
so
to
he's a druid. Got it.
No,
A
he's he's an actual druid, actual magic user. He's just a little senile.
little cuckoo.
Oh,
Old and senile.
A little is
See,
a
I mean, to be
there's-
fair, from my experience, that kind of describes most of you.
Well, magic users.
hey, I'm not old.
I'm so glad I'm not here.
You know.
See,
Most magic
I've-
users or most druids?
No,
I am not
most
a
of you
druid.
in the
Not
group.
good with
Oh, that's fair.
To be fair, dear, most druids aren't.
That would be a fair assessment, really.
But there's been plenty of people who have come by who claim they're druids and really they just get super high.
But yeah,
I'm still your great grandfather.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm shit talking about my great grandpa.
we'll take all 5 rooms. I imagine
Either
we're
way.
probably actually going to be here for a few nights, so we'll say 3 nights.
3 nights?
We have investigating to
We'll make
to
it
do.
15 gold. How's that?
I hand her 20.
I appreciate that. So, once I give last call, then we can discuss some more.
Nakane's having a great time watching the bar fight right now. She feels right at home.
And she
Why
kind
don't
of
you join
kind of
in,
leans in.
Nakane?
Also,
Teach them a lesson.
don't get too rowdy with some of these people. They might be a little bit more violent towards you than some of the others here.
Seems
I can handle violence. Hold up, knife stump.
And
Boy,
if you
all
kill
of you.
anybody,
I
then I'm going to have to tear your head off.
I take the
I
knife
would
off,
like
and
to
it's
see
just a
that.
steel block.
Fair enough. But
I would like to see you tear a head off.
You're just disarming yourself.
it really isn't pretty.
Disarm.
Oh, that's the point.
Well, no, like the knife actually just like it
I
like
know.
basically just screws in.
Somebody
You're just
pisses me off
disarming
enough, you may
yourself.
see it.
Exciting.
The rowdiness makes
Another
me feel
soul
like
for
I'm
me
at
to
home.
steal.
Well, that is quite interesting.
What did you just say to me?
Nothing.
Nakane's just thinking to herself, considering I pretty much grew up in Dragnor's Tavern.
I used to fighting in the pits. Nothing I see here is going to surprise me.
All right.
I just want to see a head
Well.
torn off.
Let me.
A hand?
Oh, a head.
Oh, a head.
She said
Okay.
that she would tear someone's head
I
off.
mean, I can take.
Well, so first off, what is your name again?
Grimmel.
Grimald.
Grim for short.
Gr-
I know it's a little
That is that's
on the
Mouth-
nose.
a little bit easier. But do you know how strong a miner is?
Who?
Miner.
A minor.
You know, goes into holes and digs shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was saying minors and a kid
I,
was like,
I've got a couple mining friends. The short bearded type.
Take some who work a lot more than they probably should. You're they're beefy, all right. There's a reason I'm this big.
Do you also do mining work?
I used to. They didn't like me very much.
Oh my Lanta, you are my woman.
You know what?
Oh! Alrighty!
Oh man, I hope I come in time to watch you get thrown into a wall.
yep,
Or
Yep.
through a window.
I'm gonna put a bet on
her winning.
her.
Same.
10 gold.
She looks at your arm. Oh,
I know, because I don't look like I have any strength at all.
this is going to be fun.
I look like I have 12 strength.
Alright.
Grim is
Tell
a
doesn't
plump-
fucking know he's about to lose 10 gold.
Maybe.
I look like I have 12 strength, but I have gauntlets of ogre power.
Alright, so give me a strength check.
I think she's gonna kick your ass.
Same.
Can it be athletics?
Nope.
Nope.
Straight strength.
20.
Alright. So She grabs the gauntlet. And you grip back. And she has one of you
Yeah.
say when to go. And you go to push. And you just feel her arms slightly move. And then she smiles. BAM! Slams your gauntlet against the table. Your arm's a little sore after that.
That was
Good job!
that was impressive.
I will say, not many people can get my hand to move.
You want the
I
dragon?
have a secret.
Oh?
I flex my hands at her.
Well,
Flex
hands.
the hand?
Yeah, well, technically the gauntlet is still there.
It's just like
But
It doesn't have fingers?
it doesn't
You
have
just-
fingers. Yeah,
Oh, magic.
a little bit.
She used 1%
Well.
power.
Well, I'm quite impressed. But,
I'm very unassuming, so
indeed, and I can see as a mercenary that could be very useful.
All too knowing. I know that all too well.
But-
I can't talk.
All too knowing.
All too
I'll say,
knowing.
the only magic in these hands is what my mother gave me.
you're right. I want to see her rip someone's head off.
Yes.
Well,
So yeah, I'm just gonna sit at the bar and drink
Same.
and drink
right.
and drink, and I'm the only one in the party that gets to drink beer.
I mean-
when we do come back, Myth is going to kind of have looked at somebody who didn't look completely disgusting to her, and used her glamored clothes to kind of try to blend in a bit better.
All right.
So instead of wearing her normal like whites and pinks and greens, she's probably in more like gray and browns and that sort of color.
Okay.
The stuff you see in a mining town.
And you two walking through the town,
You do.
you do notice that
No.
Oh, never mind.
a few
Some
people
lady.
do end up spotting you. They don't
War
seem
hammer
to
for
avert their eyes nearly as much.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, they actually turn and look at Tavern
Send that to me.
with almost like this quizzical look, like, wait, what? And you guys continue on through the town. And just as you guys are about to enter the,
The nasty steed.
yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
The nasty steed, you see the caravan leader showing up at about the same time. Oh, wonderful to see you.
We were just meeting up with everyone else.
Oh, good, good. I have your payment, but let's go inside.
Absolutely.
I'm sure sounds like your friends may be inside.
Probably. And she's
Yeah,
going to kind
they
of
should
motion
be.
for him to lead the way.
It should be.
All right, so you all enter. There's the door shuts. Some people look over, but the place doesn't seem to stop.
We're not
We
armored.
didn't show up with 2 tieflings.
Yeah.
We're
There's a
not
few
armored.
people who, once again, they're kind of eyeing Farron like, what the fuck?
Can I eye them back?
Grandpa, that's not.
And so you see your 4 friends kind of sitting at the bar. Flynn is not really drinking, but actually, so before you guys show up, Flynn's gonna go. I think I'm gonna go rest. I'm just not feeling too well.
I hate that idea.
Got it. You're staying with Theron, so let us know what. You just take whatever room, and we'll tell him that he's in with you.
Oh, okay.
He
He's
takes.
gonna go up and
Start putting all of the beds into one room or some shit.
That sounds like something he would do.
all right.
He's gonna steal a bed from another room.
Yeah, I'm gonna flag down the bartender before he leaves. Check things out.
He's a
He
weirdo.
seems a little odder than the rest of their
He's a
group.
weirdo, and that's coming from me.
Same.
Is this about when we come up?
Yeah.
Oh, who?
Flynn.
Flynn.
Oh.
Oh.
He was
Well,
captured by the Wanti and it did something to him mentally or something.
Yes, let's say that's
well,
why he's...
considering that the rooms are paid by you guys, that is for you to look after.
That's fair.
What
But
did we miss?
he
Just let us know in
And
case anything goes strange.
And if anything breaks, you pay for it.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Flint
There
is
are
the
has-
love of God.
a fixation on the color purple and fine dresses.
Well,
So
he won't be finding
So
any of those in
weird.
this town.
Also pretending he's a noble.
All 5 of you are a little odd.
I'm
Well,
tapping Nick on the shoulder.
anyway, could we get? I'd like to get along with payment. This is the dwarf, the caravan leader.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Well, a few things. First of all, thank all of you for escorting us here. It hopefully will be a safer trip back. And he actually hands each of you, I believe the agreement was 500 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to hand each of you 500 gold
I
pieces.
have money again.
Oh,
Stole it.
also there was, when we met up with our client, he asked about all of you. And he had a gift for you, apparently.
Okay.
And he pulled,
Don't
and he,
like
and he
that.
has this.
No, this
he has,
is the magic
he,
item.
He has this sack with him.
I'm afraid.
He said that these were for you, and he kind of hands over this sack of goodies.
I love that you fucked up Fox so bad that they were like, "What do you mean a gift?
You know
I
what?
don't want it."
You know what? Good.
I'm afraid of literally anything
The
you
clients
hand
of
us.
Fade.
comes
There
from
doesn't happen
the
to be a
client.
note that in here that says whatever single item is, because we don't have identify in the party anymore, right?
The clients of Fey, and this is their way of getting us in their
However,
debt.
you can identify it by taking a short rest with it.
I mean, we're planning to stay at the bar, so.
So we'll go through each
Which
of
Tell
these.
doesn't need to sleep as much,
Um,
so he can just chill.
Andrew, I may need your help, mostly with pulling up descriptions for these things for everyone.
Yeah, here, do you want to help me out with something real quick and unlock this for me?
Oh, that's a good point.
Also, I'm
hey, yeah.
Ikane. There's apparently an
Also,
over here.
the iPad cannot open 5e tools.
Another droid?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
That's what the dwarfy boy said that we talked to.
Oh boy, that's just what we need.
Oh.
Is another you.
You mean Alana?
That was apparently her name, yes.
Yes, she's almost considered the patron saint of this town.
Odd.
Bet you I've heard nothing about this woman.
Nope.
That is odd.
I figured it out.
Odd to me, anyway.
You did it.
I'm going to try and find it.
Yeah. So, all of you who are, you guys are taking some time to kind of look over these magic items. All right. So first off, I will describe what some of these items look like. Oh God, this is gonna end badly for me. One of them appears to be a large jug with several corks in it.
Oh, I know what that is.
There also appears to be a water skin made out of like a crystal, and it appears to have water inside of it. There's also, by the cap, there's like this dial that twists beneath the cap.
Know what that is?
There's also a glass orb. There is a helmet that has several jewels kind of on it. And then there's a saddle in this bag.
What's that? You should have that.
I do have a horse!
You ride horses.
All right.
I
Stay
feel
away
like
from
the
them, I
orb
think
is
they're
for the
crafty.
witch, because Jake's been trying to keep
So,
a theme
are there
for
only
you.
5
Yes.
items or are there 6?
There are 5 items. Because Jake was not here when
Got it.
things were given out.
So I'm assuming the first one's an alchemy jug.
Correct. The second one
Is,
is
And decanter of endless water.
correct. The third one is a drift globe.
Okay, that's what I thought that was.
The fourth one is a helm of telepathy.
Oh.
And the fifth one is a saddle of the cavalier.
Okay, so drift globe. Speak a command word and cause it to emanate light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used again until the next dawn. It can also float above you.
Oh, I know what this is.
It's basically a
Ironstone, but with light instead.
kinda. It's a really weak ion stone, basically. So doesn't one of you not have dark vision?
Flynn.
Flynn.
Flynn and you.
Flynn.
But
I mean, I guess I could take the drift globe, but also I assumed I was going to take the saddle.
you guys also do not have to purposely take any particular item for you to use. You can just store it away if you need to.
So first of all,
What
who
does
wants the alchemy jug?
What does it do? I don't know what it is.
Beer.
You could speak. It's like 10 different words into it, and it produces that. And it's beer,
Mayonnaise.
water, milk,
Poison.
mayonnaise, acid. Is it poison or
I
acid?
think it's poison.
It's poison. Did I say milk?
Yep.
Yep.
It's something like that. There.
Like generic liquids.
Okay.
Oh, you
And
can also
mayonnaise.
do liquor, and it produces whiskey. But each fluid can only produce a certain amount, and you have to drink.
Yeah, it has to
All-
be completely emptied
Yep,
Before you can
use
speak
it.
before you
another
can
one.
speak another word.
Got it.
So if you say liquor,
Mayonnaise.
You have to
Yeah,
eat all the
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
or dump it out onto the desert.
Or
Over
the other
somebody's head.
gnome.
They're gnome.
Yeah.
So, alchemy
times.
jug. Who wants to drink a lot?
We got it. I'll make my grandmother proud, I guess.
Decanter of endless water. We have 2 full casters here that can't drink water here.
Up to you.
Tell's gonna take it. I will share it. Don't
I was
worry.
like, I need water.
I got the alcohol.
What was the 5th item?
Yeah, we can drink as
the
much
helm of
alcohol as
telepathy.
we want and
Huh?
not get the
The
poison
helm of
effect. So.
telepathy.
Yeah, you just can't
Helm
get
of
drunk
Telep.
anymore.
I have a hard time remembering what that one does.
If
Oh
I am
god, the keyboard on this is really slow.
remembering off the top of my head, the Helm of Telepathy gives you the ability to use telepathic communication up to 30 feet.
You can use an action to cast a detect thought spell from it. As long as you maintain concentration on the spell, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message to a creature you are focused on. It can reply using a bonus action to do so while your focus on it continues.
No, so kind of like sending.
Telepathic method.
Well,
Short range.
What the
Short.
fuck?
very
Oh,
short
fuck.
range, and you don't actually have to verbally say anything. Also, as a note for those of you with horns, any magic item that you guys get will conform to your body.
Okay.
So if it says, hey, it's a helm, just because you have horns doesn't mean it will not form to your horns.
Well, there's only 2 of us here that wear armor.
I do not.
And I don't wear armor on my head.
You want to read thoughts?
I mean, I've got the alchemy
You
jug.
also don't have to wear it all the time.
Does anyone
Yeah,
else
well,
want to read thoughts?
actually, I don't think any of us can take it.
Why?
Requires attunement.
Oh.
I could, but metal?
Yeah.
There's
What?
there's only so many items I can give you guys before I start.
Alright,
repeating
so
shit.
the bag of holding, sell it later?
Yeah.
I've got the bag of holding. I've got an extra bag. I've got
I
2
think
bags of holding.
everyone has a bag of holding.
Bag
I
of
don't
hol-
have a bag of holding.
Do you want one?
I still want the quiver of
I've
Alona.
got elbow
Again,
rings.
I love that fucking item.
Yeah, I'd love a bag of holding.
So I'll just shove that in my bag of holding.
I've got some bad news for you about this town.
That you shouldn't have a bag of holding?
No. Good luck finding one.
Oh,
Good luck finding any magic
You
items.
could have given us a bag of holding.
I didn't realize that everyone didn't have one.
Is everyone okay with me taking the drift globe? Because I'm a blind ass human bitch.
yeah. Of course.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it, you blind ass human bitch.
I have one now, never mind.
Did you have an extra one?
Yeah, he gave me one. As other one.
Yeah, one had 2 of them.
And then he.
Oh yeah, you've got all the food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now she's
that's
got
what's
food.
in that bag.
Yeah,
now
it's just-
I have all the food.
Yeah, you have all the food.
I need to design a sheet that is specifically a bag of holding, so you guys can actually write down what's in every bag of holding. So when you also pass it to each other, you can literally just pass the piece of paper. Because you guys do so much with moving bags of holding around.
We do.
They're incredibly useful items, and honestly, in this world, they are sort of essential for a lot of people.
Everything.
Honestly, we could probably do with a couple more alchemy jugs and decanters of endless water. Because those are very useful items in your world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So the caravan leader goes, well,
Question. Is the saddle of the cavalier? Because I don't think it dictates it in the item description. Oh my god. Let me double check and make sure, but I don't think it dictates whether it is a what kind of saddle.
it's gonna be whatever kind of saddle you want it to be at this point.
Excellent. It's a military saddle then.
Because
Military saddles, you have advantage against getting knocked off it.
sure, sounds good. Also, I thought the saddle of the cavalier actually makes it so you can't be knocked off.
Is the magic for the helm in the helm or in the gems on the helm?
That's a great question.
I might take that if we can make it not a fucking bucket.
Okay, yeah. While in the saddle on a mount, you can't be dismounted against your will if you're conscious, and attack rolls against the mount have disadvantage.
Nice.
So you literally gave the cavalier fighter the saddle of the cavalier.
Congratulations.
Good luck when you go in the mine.
Wait.
But anyway, that's beside the point.
But yes, I have a plan for that helm. If I can find somebody, probably not in Rivertown.
Telepathy?
No one in this
Okay,
fucking
well, I got it in my
town.
bag of holding
Yeah.
right now.
Because if the magic for the spells are in the gems, if I can get those reseeded into something that Myth can actually wear.
That's
Ooh,
cute.
maybe like a circlet or something?
I like what Farron's wearing.
Yeah. Because I can see a lot of use for having that ability for her, since she does so much of the political talking.
You might be able to actually do that in this town, but you said this is a mining and smithing town.
But
Yeah, but
there's
the
a difference between
The
that
magic.
and magical.
There might be a smith
Especially
that...
in a town where fuck magic.
We can take a look.
We can take a look, but magic do fuckery.
All right. So you guys have all your items. The caravan leader goes, well, unless there's anything else, we were happy to have you along. Best of luck on whatever you do.
Travel
You too,
safely.
travel safe.
We will certainly try. So,
Oh. I'm assuming that Nakane would have told Myth about the little blue pointy thing.
Yes.
On the way here, we noticed, and she would kind of describe it. Be on guard for that. It didn't ever attack us, but
all right.
I've been attempting to figure out what it is. Are you leaving now? Or will you be here
No,
overnight?
we will be staying here tonight, but we will be taking off in the morning. Well, some of us are staying here. Others are staying with the caravan itself.
If I find out anything overnight, since I have plenty of time to research, I will let you know in the morning.
We appreciate it. And then Julie is going to speak up. If you're looking to do research, there is a temple to Sele here. It is a small one, but it may prove useful.
I'm going to the temple of Sally.
By the way, the two of you that showed up, is there anything you'd like to drink?
The wine is excellent.
It's very good.
I'll have a wine then.
Bottle or a glass?
She's gonna kind of go through her pouch of coins and go, I'll take a bottle.
Whatever they drink, just put it on a tab for me.
Sounds good. And she'll
thanks,
set
you,
a
bud.
bottle in front of you. It's from out of town.
And I've got one for you too. And it's going to slide her a bottle of Opnia. Figure it's only fair since I gave your competition a bottle.
Competition.
Is that what I think it is?
Huh. It's been a while since I've seen a bottle of Opnia.
Says that, half the bar turns and looks at her.
She's like, back off, you savages, it's mine.
I just gave
Just
her.
flexes.
That was your last one?
I've never had apnea.
That's good.
I've still got a bottle of the fancy elven stuff.
She's lying to you.
It's good.
Well, I very much appreciate, and in fact, for that, most of your drinks tonight will be free.
Oh, thank you.
All right. And for you,
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
you, Druid boy.
Yeah.
You're fine for the night?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't get drunk anyway.
So?
You can
It
still
still tastes
enjoy
good.
it.
I'm not feeling like that right now.
You call yourself my grandpa.
I
He's
think you
going
can
to
do
smoke
wine out of
instead.
the alchemy jug too.
Huh?
You can.
Oh,
It's low quality wine, if I
it's
remember.
Franzia, but you know.
I've got other things to think about.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Boone's Farms actually tastes good. Franzia tastes like
So,
arse.
I'm sorry, there was vinegar in front of me.
That's okay, you can have some.
what do you guys end up doing for the next...
I'm
What
just
do you
gonna
guys-
sit
Observing
here
the bar
and
fights and feeling right out.
I'm going to the temple cellar.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna join Myth.
All right.
Game one tonight.
I'm gonna sit here and have some drinks with Nakane.
We're gonna have a bonding moment. Look, more bonding moments.
Aww, disgusting.
It's not like anything's gonna happen. He's married and I'm gay.
I literally don't think that's stopped anyone before.
It was one time, okay? And it was in the woods. And I was high as fuck. It was that asshole.
All
What?
right.
Me? Nothing. No.
Hey, Alduin fucked Tell. There's a whole other thing there too.
Oh, did
Oh, did he?
Oh, that's confirmed.
We decided.
We confirmed it now.
Alduin doesn't know. Tell does, and does not plan to tell Alduin or anyone else.
Yeah. Tell
Wow, wasn't that
Alduin.
disappointed?
Until the time is right.
Until
Oh, I didn't have that written down.
Until it's emotionally charged.
it'll be sad and heart wrenching, and everyone will cry. I'm just
It'll be one of those moments that Alduin's just like doesn't know what to do with himself until it will be like, it's okay. You were a catcher once. wait, that really happened? All right, so you look like you're gonna ask me a question.
Yes, I just had to double check something. And now I've double checked it, and I've now got the proper idea. So asking Bar Lady, I guess, if she's still around.
Yeah.
Julia.
Yeah,
She's
Julia.
not going anywhere.
She's gotta babysit the assholes that are roughing shit up.
So already know that Alanal's kind of, around, but she comes in every now and then, yeah?
That's what it sounded like, yes.
So where, does she go anywhere particular?
She goes into the woods.
When in town? Anywhere in town in particular? Like to any place or...
Not
Have you
really.
been to the desert?
She
Where the
sort
desert
of
is.
travels around to different people. Some businesses. There's a few apothecaries in town that she helps with restocking their supplies, mostly for medicine. But other than that, nobody really understands where she goes.
Okay. The town's walled? Or no walled?
Yes, the town's walled.
How many gates?
2.
That's easy. Okay. I'm assuming she uses the gates.
Not always.
Oh. Damn it.
She is a druid.
I know. But then again, that also means that it's not affecting the trees too bad if she can do that.
We also have no idea how far up into the mountains she goes. The Magebane Steel Blight really only affects so far.
Oh, yeah.
So it is hard to say. It is also possible she may have found a solution to the Magebane. But we don't understand that druidic magic. So
Druid did dick.
No, I'll just
it's hard to say.
leave some messages around. It'll be
Druid did
fine.
dick.
Druid dick.
Druid dick. Drew
Well,
a dick.
You can always venture off into the forest to try to find her, but most people don't come back from that.
I mean, I'm going to be walking around and going to the gates and stuff and leaving messages in Druidic. Which people can't spot without making a perception check, and they can't decipher unless they use magic to do so.
Fair enough. All right.
But if you know it, you can immediately spot it.
Okay, so we'll get back to you in just a
That's
second.
why I was checking on that.
But the two that are headed to the Temple of Sele. I assume you're going to ask for directions before you take off.
Yeah.
Julia will easily be able to tell you where. There's a portion of town that seems to be more where some of the churches are. There's a temple to Blinn that looks abandoned.
That's fair. I wonder why.
Which one's the Temple of Blinn again?
Water and
Oh.
There's not a whole lot of activity where the bathhouses are. One of the more prominent buildings that you guys notice is the Church of Suna. There's a larger building here than some of the other church-affiliated buildings.
Eat that.
And you guys eventually get to this area that it looks like a house. It looks a little bit bigger. It's a fancier house. It's still boarded up and stuff, but you see the symbol of Sele kind of inlaid with gold on the front of the building. And if I'm remembering the symbol of Sele, it is an eye that is over top of an open book. It doesn't look like from the outside, it doesn't look like there's a lot of activity inside of the Temple to Sele.
nerds.
But as you guys enter, the smell of old books comes over you. And there is some light within.
Kahama makes a happy little sound.
And,
So does Myth.
and you hear from inside, "Who's there?"
Some travelers.
You just hear some footsteps
door's locked.
creaking, and this older gentleman kind of comes out from behind some of the bookshelves, and he's holding a lantern. "Oh, it's been some time since I've had some visitors.
We are excited to be here.
Well, how can I help you?"
Well, I know that my friend was looking to do some research on a strange creature we saw on the road, and I was going to see if I could find any urban legends or local lore.
All right. Well, as for books about various creatures, we have a small collection. Unfortunately, with most of the Borsk family leaving town, much of that information left with them. However, we still have some remnants of their records, so
Anything I am sure will help.
yes. Local legends. Well, depending on the local legend, I may have some, but there are a few books around. Please feel free to browse yourselves.
And what was your name?
Jebediah.
Jebediah, nice to meet you. I'm Mythdoliel.
Nice to
I
meet
love
you,
him.
Mythdoliel.
My name is Telaman. You can call me Tel.
It has been a very long time since I've seen a tiefling.
There's two of us. There's
Really?
another one with us.
That is rare. You are a special bunch.
Special in more than one sense of the word.
Oh, I love him.
I love him too. I want to protect this gentle old man.
All right.
Now that you've said it, he's gonna die.
Two
Take
wild
20
magics
dice.
and
dear.
an inspo for
Fox.
Dad.
Tyler's here.
Yeah, Tyler.
Wait, huh?
Two wild.
Two wild magics.
And
Oh,
an
two-
inspiration for me.
Wait,
From-
two wild magics.
For who?
You.
For me?
Yeah, they're all both
It
for
says
you.
two wild magics and also an inspo for my dad.
All
Trademark.
right. Roll a d100 then.
Bye.
Please do not burn the library.
Oh
of
my
someone.
god.
A fireball ignites at the
You're a
center.
very special bunch. Oh yes, we're very special.
Immediately kills
Dead.
the old man.
I was like, man, I love this old time. I want to protect this.
You know what the worst part about that would be? That wouldn't be my fault.
Wouldn't be your fault at all.
No.
No, it would be mine and Tel would feel
Squid
especially
Jake has
awful.
reappeared.
and then I wonder what that would mean for the town thinking about adventurers.
Let's
Yeah.
hope Tell doesn't fuck this up royally.
Yeah, Tell.
You gotta not fuck it up
There it is.
twice.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
They're
just-
both for me?
Tyler
Yeah.
says, hello, I am here to ruin everything.
We're having a good time, Tyler. I'm going to roll in solidarity with you.
78.
Oh.
I might not need this, says Jake before the stream.
No, it was my laptop. I knew I was gonna need this fucker.
A goat reappears in the library. Cele is where Cirrus is pleased.
A group of flumps.
Oh no, if something magical bad happens, the Church of Suno's right there.
I will turn both of us invisible.
I'm ready to die.
I need you to make
Hi, yes, everything's about to happen.
A death saving throw.
a wisdom saving throw against your
Oh, you're
own spell
supposed to
save
do
DC.
Oh boy, okay. Wisdom is not my spellcasting modifier.
I will polymorph you.
Just dies.
Actually, hold on. The DC is actually going to be something else. I'm going to do it the same as the sanity saving throw. So you guys have a +4 proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, so the DC is going to be 14.
It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
You've got inspo.
That was actually a good roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
26.
Okay, you're good. You just had to beat the 14.
Yeah. I wanted to tell my beautiful number.
Nope, that's
To
that's,
Why
tell
does
it.
it tell?
That's fair. Okay, roll a D100 a second time.
I already did. It was a 48.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't tell it to you.
God damn it.
Motherfucker. Ugh!
Playing
What?
ass grab back there.
Why are we fighting
So-
over me again?
You feel something come over you as
Suddenly
if,
have boobs.
you were, and it felt like it was trying to press into your mind. And it felt like it was trying to change you, but you kind of fought back mentally, and it went away. Then all of you turn and look, and there's a unicorn inside of the Temple to Cele, and it looks confused.
Understandably so.
Yeah, same.
What the?
I'm not
Special
sure.
bunch.
A special bunch.
This is new.
Will it stay? Could we sell it?
You will not sell a unicorn.
You want to?
It looks at you with that comment.
Myth is
Just
going
its
to.
eye
I
raises.
didn't mean it.
I picture. Okay.
You want to sell it? In
I
the
am
Temple
just
of
as
Cele?
confused as you are.
Myth's going to kind of
I've got-
palms out toward the unicorn and go, let me help you get out of here.
Give me a second while I figure out what the unicorn is actually capable of.
A lot of things.
I'm aware of that. I'm just trying to. Oh. You hear a voice in your head go, "Where am I?"
Of course, the
A
gay man
library.
summons the fucking
Yeah.
unicorn.
Right.
We keep our knowledge here.
This is unorthodox.
Would you like to read with us?
No, I would like to go back home, but why did you summon me here?
Well, neither of us meant to. Something happened.
Oh. Oh.
Sometimes my magic gets a little weird.
How can I return to Elithral?
What?
Oops, no.
Excuse.
I do not know. We were talking and then you were here.
Oh! That is... It looks around. It sees a door. Could you open that for me?
Yes, and would you mind if I walked with you for a little bit? I just had an idea that you might be able to help us.
Oh. All right. By the way, this is not out loud. This is still in you're hearing the voice in your mind, but you're responding.
Oh, so you guys
out loud.
are seeing Myth go,
Well, you're actually
Oh, okay.
speaking to it.
Okay.
But you're hearing its thoughts in your head. And it's kind of communicating to kind
Yeah.
of everyone in the area. The old man, Jebediah, is just like,
a real live unicorn.
He's seen a lot of horns today.
Yeah!
Not mine. I'm at the
Well,
bar.
3.
It's a pretty
All
funny
right,
day.
so you open the front door and you walk out with the unicorn.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Jebediah turns and tells, I'll show you where the bestiaries are.
Helpful,
Just. I hope you're not looking for unicorns.
I think I've had my fair share today.
Myth is going to try very, very hard not to like put her hand on the unicorn's shoulder.
What was it that you wanted help with?
Well, I didn't expect you to be here, but I know that unicorns have a deep bond with the innocent, and all of the children in this city have been taken.
Oh.
I don't know if there's anything that you can sense or anybody that you might be able to talk to from your home or...
I'm up to
Well,
78.
it has been some time since I've been on this plane. This town sense feels like a poison.
Yes, there's Magebane steel here.
I do not know what that is.
It saps magic. Do not drink the water here.
That is good to know.
Why don't we
Well,
just kill them?
And she's gonna kind of be walking toward one of the gates.
well, I unfortunately cannot help you in that regard. I have been distant for some time. So, and
It's worth asking.
you're walking towards the gate, and
Talking out loud to a unicorn.
and after about 5 minutes of it being there, it disappears.
They're back home now. How many people saw Myth walking with the unicorn?
And then watched it just poof away.
Of course, the gay man summons the unicorn.
Pretty fucking magical.
2.
Two.
People saw you walking with the unicorn, and then saw you walk back without a unicorn.
All right.
Technically 3. 4. Jebediah and Tel.
Yeah. All right. Well, our friend vanished, so I believe that they're home now.
That was odd. I have no explanation for that one. Right. You were looking for folklore.
I was.
I will. It's kind of scattered. It's some fiction, some not. Sometimes it's difficult to tell. So we will. I'll help you as you need it. All right. And you two are gonna be searching for shit. You're gonna give me a history roll. You're gonna give me
I don't remember what you made me roll last time.
Right, okay, so actually what I ended up doing was, you rolled nature last time, but what you discerned from that was that there was nothing in the natural world that had that.
Right.
So it was, now it's an arcana check.
Okay.
And you were given that you
You
needed
didn't
an
give us
arcana
our
check.
inspo, sir.
I did not.
Because I just used lucky and my regular roll, and I'm using my inspo right this moment.
Here's
Much better.
Andrew.
Okay.
Oh.
27.
What the fuck? Okay, fine.
I didn't roll anything above a 3.
That's fair.
I got a natural 20, so a 26.
Alright. I will get you guys more information in a bit. We are going to transition to
People that aren't
Tavern.
doing things with books.
Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
You are going about the town,
Yes.
writing in Druidic.
Oh, let's go into the gates first. On
Okay.
the outside and then the inside.
You're going outside? The guards don't let you outside.
Oh,
I have another set too.
not even like if you can watch
Are these
these
the
for a
Chessex
minute.
ones that have been out of print forever?
No, we're not opening the gates.
Those are Chessex.
It has started to get much darker, I should mention, which is why.
Yeah, that makes
Where's
sense.
the other
So
set?
there's no, we're not opening the gates.
That's a poultry.
If you want to go out there, you will have to jump over the wall, and we're not letting you back in.
Ooh. Oh, I can't rise as a bird. I can't rise as a spider either. How can I get over the walls as that I could ride in still? Nothing.
I mean, you literally
A
could.
monkey. I haven't seen a monkey,
I
have
mean,
I?
you literally could jump over the wall, shapeshift back, and fly back over.
I need to do that to the other gate as well.
or you could just go around the city
Walking
wall.
around outside sounds like a bad idea.
Bless you.
So what did Mr. Unicorn say?
Is this your blue bag?
Oh, you'll have to ask Smith.
My green bag.
Okay, well I can do that on
This is the
Inside
set
of the
that's
gate.
been out of print forever.
So you're gonna do the inside of the gate.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's a note.
To whom? Why couldn't you just deliver it yourself?
Eleanor.
Oh,
Pretty babies.
She can understand it. No one else will, and to you it might just
Yeah.
look nice.
yeah, you're scribbling on the wall.
It'll disappear.
You're scribbling on the wall.
Yes,
God damn it, Faerun.
You're scribbling on the wall.
God damn it,
Yeah?
Faerun.
You don't do that.
God damn it,
Or
Faerun.
scribble on a note and leave that on the wall.
Fuck it. Fine. Just don't scribble on the wall. You druids are weird.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, 'cause you're weird.
My hair's raised.
Have you considered that you're the weird ones?
No.
Wait.
'Cause you're the ones who live outside of society and blah, blah. You come into our home and call us weird. You're the weird ones.
To be fair, you started it by calling me weird.
I goofed it all up.
Cereal script.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go first.
Make it quick.
Thank you.
Living my fucking dream. I don't care if Myth dies tonight. There was a unicorn.
So soft.
So I'll do that there, and then I'm guessing like the apothecaries are somewhere on the way to the other.
You can tell where it is. It's near the town.
I'm assuming they're on the way to the other gate, though.
Yes.
So I'll stop there first rather than go gate to gate, bin to bin.
All right. So you are. Passive perception. So you. I'm assuming that you're just. Since the guard's not nearby, you're now just scribbling on the apothecary.
I mean, if they're open, I'll go talk to the people
No,
inside.
they are
but-
not open.
Yeah, I didn't think they were, so yeah, in that case I am.
So you're scribbling on the apothecary, and movement. You catch some movement out of the corner of your eye. You look over, and you briefly catch small. You see what looks like something went behind the building.
Follow.
All right. So you're following behind. You hear little footsteps,
I
and
don't like that.
you turn the corner, and it's turning around another corner. You doing anything different?
What's faster than me?
A dog.
Probably anything
cat.
that's not an insect.
A horse.
A bird.
Unicorn.
Yeah, I'll turn into a cat.
All right. Turn into a cat and chase on after it. And eventually, you make a turn, and you see standing there, kind of looking in your direction. You see a small gnomish child,
Child.
and it, as you come around the corner as a cat, it kind of turns its head towards you, turns around and keeps running.
Okay.
You chasing after it?
Yeah, let's follow. Good.
Okay. It goes.
What can go wrong?
It weaves through different buildings, and then you see it come up to this almost shack, and it crawls into a small space inside and disappears.
That's ominous.
Yeah, I'll stick my head.
And then a fairy dragon.
Bites the cat's
So,
head off.
so you actually stick your head inside of the shack. You're not going all the way in.
Yeah.
It's dark, and even though you do have,
Cat eyes.
Yeah, cat eyes. It mostly looks like a rundown beaten shack, and you don't see anything inside immediately. You see kind of like where there were walls and stuff, but nothing's inside. Not from, you can't see anything from the angle that you're at.
You gonna go in?
What does that mean? You gotta verbalize
I'm
shit.
thinking. That's actually just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you kind of step inside.
You gonna die.
And two large claws reach down and grab you. And you're kind of squirming. It hasn't damaged you at this point. It just grabbed you. And you turn and look at it, and you see kind of this gray, tall figure staring at you isn't quite the right word because it doesn't really have eyes, and a mouth opens up that looks almost leech-like. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, I knew as soon as he said it was great.
Oh, when he,
Whoa.
as soon as he was like gnome child, I was like, isn't that the one that died in our one shot?
I jumped the tray the first
Which
time.
one?
And
All
used
of
to
you
go
died
waltz
in the one
Wisdom
I
saving throw.
lived.
Ooh, I'm a wisdom caster.
Were you the gnome child?
No.
Technically you lived.
The gnome child's the one that got sucked up by the
27?
mage, though.
Okay.
Do I make it?
Yeah, you do. You're resisting this odd feeling of it trying to almost draw life out of you. What do you do?
I'm an elf.
Yep. Well, no, you're a cat.
No, I'm turning into an elf.
Oh. Okay. So you just expand in this thing's hands.
And, yeah. Lightning's probably a bad idea. Bad idea? Good idea. Oh no, hell no, that's gonna hurt me. I'll turn into a primal beast. Yes, well, yes. Giant tree, sorry.
You're gonna turn into a giant tree.
In a shed.
Well, I don't turn into a giant tree. It's called great tree. I'm barky. I have leaves in my hair. But
You basically turn into a dryad.
yeah. But dexterity and wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage.
Okay.
And
What action does?
10 temporary hit points. Bonus action.
It's a bonus action spell.
Yes.
That's a bonus action spell.
Yes.
Holy shit.
It lasts for a minute. And it's concentration.
Okay.
Oh, I need to put mine bigger too.
And it's one of those.
Xanathar's got everything.
Yep.
All right. So you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Spend the spell points, and you're suddenly barky.
yeah.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
He's not a dog.
4.
No, you're right. He was a cat. He's gonna get stuck in himself.
4th level, 6 spell points.
I know.
60.
I need to have time to work on it.
7?
Wait,
67.
what are you doing?
Math.
Oh. I mean, that's fair. All right, so you used your bonus action. You dropped your... Actually, hold on.
Yeah, I actually need to double check that if while dropping it, does that take an action?
Well-
Or anything?
Well, here's the thing, is if it was a bonus action, you couldn't have cast that spell. Because you can't use a bonus action for your action.
I don't know if transforming back takes any kind of
That's-
action.
I know,
what I was
that's
just gonna check.
what the big question is.
Yeah. If I don't turn into a tree, then I don't turn into a tree.
I linked the Hepaphage in chat.
You can stand these. Okay, never mind. It was a bonus action, so I don't turn into a tree.
Okay, so you turn back into an elf,
Eh.
and you're still in this thing's claws.
It's going.
You just got bigger.
Oh, pass without trace. No, not pass without trace. Never mind. I was thinking of something else.
Freedom of movement.
Yeah, I think I've got that as well.
Freedom of movement is such a good spell.
You know what else is a good spell?
That's why I have
Gas?
so many leather
Calm
strings.
emotions.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
I like that
I
we're having a
will-
good time in the library.
I'll never let you live that
We
down.
saw a unicorn. He's getting
Never.
touched on by a hebephage.
I also realized it negates like half of the Glamour Bard's abilities because they're all charm based.
I hate
Glamour
calling.
Bard is good.
I hate calling.
I
it.
might
Isn't that
not
the class
have
that you
freedom
said that I
of
would be?
movement.
Well, if you don't have freedom of movement, that's
Yeah, yeah.
I
unfortunate.
don't have freedom of movement.
All right. So what do you do instead?
I bite it.
What?
Primal savagery.
When did you cast that?
Now.
You know what? That's fair. All right. Roll an attack roll.
You can win D&D, and you win if you make your DM make this face.
When did you do that? No.
Okay, so
Out of context D&D.
melee spell attack is
I bite it.
It's basically a spell attack, but it's at the 5
so it's
foot
just
range.
my modifier for spell casting.
Well, no, it's proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting
Yes.
ability modifier.
plus 9. 13.
Yeah,
22.
yeah, you definitely bite down on it.
I mean, it's probably not actually going to drop me, but
Roll for damage. Well,
1d10, 3d10, 3d10, 3d10. We're yes,
oh, I realize this could be really bad for you.
yes,
Because you're the oldest person in the party.
yes. I forgot what a d10 is again. No,
Man,
I'm
got 10
I'm
sides.
so
Found
glad
them.
we're having fun in this bar and having drinks.
Right?
Yeah, the two of us are just hanging out.
And talking to the giant borrow
This
game.
is why you don't split the party.
As we are going to split the party
16,
in 1
26.
week's time.
26. 26 acid damage.
All right, you bite into this thing and you hear sizzling of flesh and it. Make another wisdom saving throw.
Even higher than last time. 29. That's a 19 plus 28.
All right. It is going to let go of you. And try to crawl out of the hole that you came through.
It's probably starving.
Ooh. It's not a beast, I can't dominate that. Don't want to dominate that. Insect plague.
Okay. No, that's not what I'm meaning. It is attempting to leave your area. You're getting an attack of opportunity. Whether or not
Okay.
you take it. If you don't, it leaves the
Yeah, I'll
building.
hit it with a stick.
You mean, can't you bite it with primal savagery?
I have to cast Primal Savagery,
Oh,
and it only lasts for the attack.
never mind. Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking of something else.
You're thinking of... Yeah.
There's another spell.
My Flame Blade would do that, but it doesn't do that. No.
Kyle's trying to talk my mom into a St. Bernard puppy right now.
'Cause
22?
we need another dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm sure that's what your mom said too.
St. Bernards are so
So
cute.
roll for damage.
Coworker and I just got one.
No.
Apparently that one's dad was over 200 pounds.
Yes.
I want a newfie.
7...
I want an elastic noble companion.
12 damage.
Yes.
All right.
2 dogs.
You
he's
managed to smack
No, I like a big family.
but it continues to crawl out
My
and
mom's like,
Yeah,
Seen
he's
it
it gets
like,
out of your
"For
line of sight."
Valentine's Day, let me have this puppy.
I'm guessing I can't fit through that gap.
Well, you can now because it just crawled out.
Oh, okay,
It's
then
much
I'm
bigger
gonna-
than the kid was.
Alright, so going out the gap,
All
looking... Do I see anything
Uh,
when I go out?
as you get out,
There's some cute.
that's my phone. Ignore that
Ignoring that?
because that was the sign for it's midnight.
No.
You walk out. Give me a perception check.
Well, I'll use my Claire die, because Claire sight.
You're
I
much
just
better
worked
at
out. Perception.
just noticing things randomly.
25.
25.
I rolled a 15.
So you look out in front of you, and you don't see anything. However,
We're
You look
terrible.
up,
Oh.
and it is crawling over the rooftop.
Yikes.
Ooh, but it's up.
Yes, it's above.
Are you going to use that shout from Skyrim that makes everything stick to the ground?
No.
It's not flying. It's
Actually,
climbing up the side of the
Gives
building.
me an idea for a D&D subclass.
Shouter.
Hmm.
I think that's just called yodeler.
Blight.
It's gonna be
You're
a
gonna
bard
blight it?
subclass.
That's gonna make
A
a.
bard
Constitution
subclass.
saving
What?
What does it need?
throw. 17?
I wore this shirt to work and probably
It
should
does
not
not
have.
pass.
Okay, 88.
I said I wore
Good
this
news,
shirt
it's
to
not a
work and
plant.
I probably should not have.
Oops. I know, that's really unfortunate.
Weed.
Why can't hippophages be plants?
A pentagram.
Because not everything is
Oops.
plants.
And
But
blood.
everything should be plants.
No, they
Detective
shouldn't.
top.
Yes, they should.
I'm the DM. Fuck you.
Or.
Oh well.
Nobody noticed.
I mean, I take my personality to work every day, and I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So
You're not wrong
You
there.
work midnights.
Hmm.
You need more
yeah,
D8s.
and
Yes.
How many?
Shit.
3.
Here's
Oh, that bike is really picking shit up. We were really mumbling.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get to you guys.
Oh, you're fine.
But after the break.
We're good.
Me and Nikani are literally just drinking.
Ooh, that's good. I
I'm
like
talking
that.
to the
It's
bar
3
babe
eighths.
and probably swapping adventure
And a
stories.
7. I like it. I like it.
All right.
Grim sets up a round robin arm wrestling competition.
So that's 10, 20.
You already got that 10 gold base bet. Tell didn't pick it back
16.
up.
21. So 41.
Nakane's only slightly disappointed he didn't.
49.
Go out the window.
49. All right. You see your spell hit, but it continues to climb over. You do hear it almost shriek out in pain, and it continues out of your line of sight. After a moment, even if you choose to pursue it, you then hear shouting from the other side of the building. Help! Help! He's trying to hurt me!
Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. Oh, god damn it, Farron. Oh, god damn it, Farron.
Weighing the options. I'm a spider.
that's the right option. You
Um,
picked the right one.
So, after a little bit more of you hearing this little gnomish child shouting, "Help! Help! He's hurting me!" Several people begin to open some of their windows and look out.
Because children are missing.
And you can pass by unnoticed as a spider.
Oh no, I'm going closer to the thing.
You're going closer to it.
Yes. I'm staying out of reach of it.
Is that your cat?
Hopefully. Maybe. I
So-
want to keep an eye on it.
All right.
This is favorite right now.
I mean,
All right. So yeah, there.
Bailey.
It can.
This is favorite
The-
right now.
It continues to shout, and just kind of running along, and it seems to be waking up some of the town.
man, I should have chosen a cat or a dog or something. I'm a little spider. I can't keep up with this fucker.
Yeah, especially because if you're walking along any walls, you then have to get down,
Mhm.
kind of go around.
If anyone's hitting the same way as that thing, I'm trying to hitch a ride.
You're
We're
not seeing
playing
really
D&D
anybody
our house
come
still.
out of their houses. But so at a certain point, you lose sight of the child, and the shouting stops. All right.
I'm gonna find an alley or something where I can turn back into an elf.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not too hard to find. Quite a few of the people, like as the kid passes and they've looked and don't see anything, they kind of go back into their homes. Locks being
Should see my
bolted.
legs.
Yeah, I'll go back to
There
the
is-
apothecaries and continue what it's doing.
Go back to the apothecary.
I mean, might as well finish before I tell anyone.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly as you left it.
Yep. I'm actually writing a thing for you to
Okay.
know later, but I need to actually finish writing it.
All right.
Other than that, I'll finish with the apothecary. Is multiple.
Okay.
Because I heard there were more than one. And so I was figuring, you know, Also, if I'm walking and I see what happens to be like a good sized tree,
Mm-hmm.
I'll find something.
There's not too many large-sized trees. You do find a small area that
We're
looks
going
like
here in a second.
like it's a small. It's a very small garden.
From the description of she doesn't always use the gate, I figured there was something in the.
Yeah.
You know, so just put something there or around there because apparently Druidic's immediately noticeable to those who know Druidic. So also for her, it'd probably be really out of place to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. So it's basically the same note
Okay.
every time, and then to the other gate.
All
I'm
right.
probably gonna have more problems
So-
with the guards, but
So you're really just running around trying to paste it in more areas.
to places where I would assume she has a likely chance of seeing it.
All right.
And yeah.
Once that's concluded, where are you going?
Them.
You're going to the Temple of Selly?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where we're going to take a quick break. We need to use the bathroom, maybe get some food, refill our drinks.
Ooh, banana bread is
I am
downstairs.
so
Oh,
lucky
shit. I was gonna grab a slice of that, but I was like, tacos.
that I'm a wisdom caster.
All right. So we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Tired of the road, tired of the sun. Miss my missus and her home cooked buns. Our backs are bent, our feet are sore. We're traveling along on the barren moor. But that's alright, that's okay. We'll drink ale anyway. Nightwood grows heavy, stout grows trim. Harefoot gets hairy, raise your flagons and fill 'em to the brim. That's alright and that's okay, 'cause we're all halflings anyway. This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Dragon so dark, dark as night, failed to fly from the arrow's bite. Fell from above on the tailor's house. Hey, everybody, get your dragon suit and blouse. This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Tired of the road, tired of the sun. Miss my missus and her home cooked buns. Our backs are bent, our feet are sore. Been traveling along on the barren moor. But that's alright, that's okay. We'll drink ale anyway.
good time. Oh, Molly's Pride, the most exalted band. And it's time to life from girls is coming, give the bride a try. To your every taste, be or elf or forfeit high. For a price they'll bring their friends and you'll be envied far and wide. Oh, Molly's Pride, the best girls in the land. To your every need, there's no place that I'd rather be. Jump into a kraken's jaws or pluck out a beholder's eye. I'd do most anything I can to be with the sweet Molly's Pride. Oh, Molly's Pride, no other I can stand. I've traveled far and wide to see, there's no place that I'd rather be. Tumbling with lovely Molly's brides. Time in bed had been well spent, I'll fondly keep in mind the lovely face and other parts of their sweet Molly's bride. Oh, Molly's bride, the best girl in the land. To your every need, there's no place that I'd rather be. Oh, Molly's bride, no other I can stand. Far and wide to see, there's no place that I'd rather be.
Despite of the seven seas, sailing with the Jolly Roger boat is what we see. Aboard the vessel and get a copper, raise your cuttles and have a fire. You blunder to fill 'em with plum. We are buccaneers. Now let's celebrate with rum. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about board. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jango wine. Once I was in the bridge, sailing through peaceful waters, quite 3 ships to the wind. When suddenly appears the Kraken, blow me down. Must be the work of Davy Jones. Bring a spring upon her, for the love of Neptune, hey behold. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jango wine. All hands above, get the chest to the boat. Swim it to Scuttle and get to the shore. And hold me earnings. Don't leave a piece of egg. Let's get to the coast where the pillows swim away. Finally got to the sun while the ship sinks in the water. Son of a biscuit eater! I really need a clap of thunder. We'll see each other again. You monster, I'll beat you up. Now let's find a place to drink and crack the gin stick. Yo ho, matey ho, jungle wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black jungle wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black jungle wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black jungle wine. Sing with me, yeah. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black jungle wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide.
Okay.
I am so glad for this perception dice that I've got, though. I was like, it's clear, and I can see clearly with it. Ha ha. And it's been working.
We are back. Andrew is currently in the bathroom still. But that's okay because we don't need him for this next part because it is Tavern returns to, well, actually goes to the Temple of Sally.
Yeah. Probably meet the old man first, because...
But it's their turn next.
We are back. We will get to that.
Sorry.
We will get to that in a minute.
Yeah, so...
I also apologize because Katie made banana bread. I'm not going to be able to stop eating this shit.
Yeah, no, there's banana bread on the table. It is the true boss fight here.
I put away as
That-
much of the taco stuff as I could figure out
Oh,
so
thank
that
you.
it wouldn't get wilty, but I don't know
I'll,
what
prob-
to do with some of it.
I'll probably take care of it afterwards.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't know where your guys' Tupperware is, so some of it is just pots with lids in the fridge.
Whatever.
I'm curious, but you probably won't tell me if I actually did a decent amount to the hebephage.
I am telling you jack shit.
Figured.
Haha.
I mean, I was pretty proud of myself for a 47 on that blight.
Alright,
I'm
so...
pissed at myself for feeling bad for a hebephage.
Alright, so,
You were feeling bad for it?
Because it's probably starving to death. It wouldn't normally prey on a cat.
True.
Alright, so, you make your way to the Temple of Sele.
Yeah.
And you step inside, and both Tell and Myth, you hear the front door open. And Jeremy goes, or Jebediah goes, "Hello, who's there?"
Me, Farron. Person you haven't probably met.
Me, Farron. That's a strange
from the
name.
I was there looking for people and got other things on my mind.
Are you looking for a tiefling and a half-elf?
I was so
Yes.
hoping we would be able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just
that was-
relax here.
They're back here. Come back.
Yes,
Yay.
that would have been nice.
It's me, Farron.
From the back, from Jill.
Well, we've got both of
They
us
just
sitting
both-
here with our books.
They're both sitting there going,
We're not here. Jebediah! Jebediah, no!
hey.
Well,
I found something interesting.
Don't
He tried to
die.
kill me.
Of course we did.
Everything tries to kill you.
Yeah, but it's not.
what was it that tried to kill you, me, Farron?
Me fair. I love this man!
Just Farron. And not. Leave the. Farron.
Row tech.
All right, Farron. Not just Farron. Or me, Farron. Farron.
Thank
Got
you for using my poor choice of words against me.
Poor choice of words.
Yes,
That's
thank
how
you.
you introduced yourself.
I just got attacked by a thing.
Which, what was it?
Yeah, circling back to
The
I don't
task
know.
at hand.
It was, so I was, leaving notes
Words.
around, so I could talk to Eleanor, because I want to meet her.
Alana.
Yeah.
Huh.
She seems like a nice person.
Oh, very much so. She did take care of me once while I was ill.
But anyway, so I was leaving a note at the apothecary because I heard she goes and helps them a lot, and there was something that moved, and I was like, that's unusual because it's getting dark, and who's going to be ducking into around corners and stuff, so I went to follow it, and then as I turned the corner, it was turning another corner, so I turned into a cat to follow it, and then it was a gnome child. Which, children are gone. Oh, sweet, I'm going to keep following it when it keeps running away from me.
Oh, you mean Tookum?
Who?
Tookum. He's the small gnomish child who was the only
That's
one
the
left.
friend.
You took him?
Followed them, they crawled into like a shed thing. Like there was like a hole and they crawled underneath it to get in. Like kids can do. Get into small places.
Where was this?
A few turns away from insert name of apothecary here.
That sounds like his parents' old home.
I'm so
Huh.
pale.
But went under there, and then there was this tall, gray, lanky motherfucker that
It
picked
does
me
not
up
show up my face.
as a cat,
Oh, it's mostly your eyes.
and
Have I heard any legends, myths?
that was a weird feeling. But it was you said it felt like it was.
Give me a history
You
check.
said it felt like it was draining my or trying to drain my life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that
That's a myth.
kind of like what the ghosts were doing in that one place, because everyone experienced that.
That's not the same as like draining your life.
Well, I actually got life from that, but I'm assuming it's not too
Nat
far.
20, that's a 29.
Um,
It happens to be in the book I'm reading right now.
which that was a history check.
Yeah.
So from things that you have heard, there are many stories of various creatures that prey on children. You wouldn't know this one specifically, as this isn't it doesn't seem to fit any good descriptions, at least that
There
you
it
have
is.
met. However, it is among an array of child preying monsters, many of which are after mostly their youth and their naivety.
Seems like a monster that belongs to the family Fucknoicus. That's a subclass of the Fuckvaticus family.
God.
That's strange. I've never heard of those family of monsters before.
I love this man so
But I bit it.
That sounds unhealthy
Yes,
for you
it
and
does.
it.
Why do you make these decisions, Farron?
I can make acid teeth.
But why would
Let's
you
go.
like
You
something
see,
like
you
that?
see Jebediah
Oh,
go up to you
God,
and
someone's gotta make
reach
stupid
towards your
decisions.
mouth.
I can show
make
you,
the
but I
decision
should
to
bite
get
something when I
paid.
do it.
He just kind of
Actually,
grabs your lower lip and lowers it.
That. The one
Doesn't
decision.
look like they're acidic.
Do not put your hands near him. Something awful
Oh,
will
I know.
happen.
I'll grab the poisoned chunk of meat that I've got because it's not going to affect me and I'm not going to ruin meat. And then acid teeth bite it.
You're an odd one.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Not too dissimilar from Milano,
But
except
you
she
s-
doesn't acid bite things.
You seemed curious.
It's true.
You can write it down.
I will maybe later.
There you go. Anyway, that happened. I bit it. It wasn't that bothered. Tried to do more life sucky and then run.
Life sucky suck.
I followed it. It was climbing up the building. I blighted it. It screamed a little bit. Went over the building, turned back into an elf and started screaming for... Oh, not an elf, a gnome. And started screaming for help. At which point I turned into a spider so people wouldn't try to kill me.
How do you know it turned into Tookum?
I don't know if it was Tookum. It was a gnome child. I don't know his name.
Tookum's the only one who has survived the events of the past month.
Then it was a...
If you are claiming that this is a gnome child, he's the only child in town.
Well, it is part of the way that some of these monsters operate to take a shape that's less true to what they look like. I wonder if Tookum's family might be willing to have him hold Silver just to make sure that he did survive.
Well,
That-
I'm sure they would love to.
That.
If they were alive.
Oh, they're not alive, are they?
Tookum's family passed a few months ago.
Who is he in the care of now?
In all honesty, he doesn't stay around. We've tried taking care of him, but he seems reclusive and bent on taking care of himself.
I wonder why. That is not a
Yeah.
child.
But that happened.
That saddens me to hear.
And
Tell
yeah,
us deeply.
then I finished what I was doing and came here. The doing being the notes, not the trying not to die.
Though you were doing that as well.
Oh, I mean, after it ran away, I didn't have to try not to die anymore.
I mean, that's fair.
But it did run away
I'm going up my desk.
Well, this
I don't
is
like
quite
something better.
interesting.
and was screaming to get.
My favorite.
I don't know if that's going to be a rumor or not now.
We were having a very good night before you
That's
got
a lie.
here.
It's a big lie.
Well, think of it this way: it's a step in the right direction towards whatever the fuckery's going
Like
on
to see
here.
that.
You're right, but this is a bit of a
Fucking-
180 from the unicorn that was here before.
It was a uniform.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It just appeared out of nowhere.
One of our
Very
magic
polite
went a little
individual.
wild.
Unicorns are amazing. Of course, they're polite. Can you tell me?
Well, you were here, and it vanished after 5 minutes.
It's really unfortunate.
It was a majestic creature.
Oh, I'm not
Also very confused.
I would have been confused too, I imagine.
Being yanked from
Man,
your
I
own
was having a
plane.
great day aside from, something trying to kill me. And now you told me this, and that's even worse.
Well,
You
you did
just
come
was-
and ruin my good day, so it's only fair.
You just aren't having a good... It's just not your day.
No.
Perhaps tomorrow will be better.
I love this man so much.
I want this man to be in my family.
I'm gonna shrink him and put him in my pocket and just keep him.
Well,
My pocket jib.
Oh my
Do-
god,
Pocket
Soma.
jab.
do you two need any
Soma with
help?
less attitude.
No,
A little bit.
No.
Yeah.
we're
Wait, what
just
did you
It's
say?
Soma, but actually likes kids.
I know a lot about creatures and stuff. I can actually maybe help with that. Like, that's... As far as bad ideas go, that's actually a pretty good one.
Short Erica.
What
Soma
do you-
likes kids, just not in her library.
Also, there's something I kind of want to...
Well, if you have plans to research, then feel free. I think we are doing all right. If we have questions for you, if you are around, then I mean we could ask.
I mean, another set of eyes wouldn't hurt. And Myth would kind of motion to the just
Probably
piles of books.
Oh, yeah. It's not a big place, but Jebediah has managed to cram a lot of books in this small building.
I imagine that if you looked at the house from above, it would look a lot like a tower defense game of bookshelves.
That makes me happy.
It's probably true.
I assume he keeps this place around by like donations to the church, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay,
He
cool.
lives in an attic upstairs with just a bedroll and a little nightstand with like a low burnt candle from all of his reading the books.
Is that accurate?
Do we have his number?
Is that accurate? Jake?
Have we called this poor man
I'm
out?
saying nothing.
Jake?
Those... Fuckus, Nokus, whatever the creatures you described.
Fucking kids know.
Novicus.
No, because
That is incredibly... God
Very nice.
God damn it.
They don't generally, eat every child in a single night kind of thing.
Oh, well, most of the fucknoicusses that I know about are, they have a bit of a reptilian diet. They can live for quite a while off of a single meal.
We did make our rolls too about the creature.
Okay.
There are
And
some
we
that
never resolved it.
are more like
Yeah, I'm
parasites
working on
that
that.
attach themselves to a host and just kind of siphon off the
In
excess
other words,
energy.
no.
I will...
But
what was the roll
I
again?
can't think of any
Mine
that,
was a
unless a lot of them
20.
descended on an area.
I got a nat 20.
But it would be
and
strange
was a
for one to
20.
stay behind, still
6.
pretending.
And I tried to eat meat.
The blue teethy thing? Or
If the children have been gone, it's
nopiness?
probably getting desperate.
It can get desperate. That was wrong.
God damn it! Why can't I find this?
It's wrong when they eat children, too.
Yeah, that too, but like...
No, that's not. He's got 700 years of experience. They've only got like 2 or 3. Honestly, just let them have them.
No!
Holy shit!
Dark! That's my grandpa!
My point wasn't trying to eat me while I was a cat.
Yeah, it probably thought that,
I'm not actually there, so I didn't
I
say
know.
that.
you know, a cat wouldn't be able to go running for help if it got away. Have you seen any other strays since we've come here?
Yes.
There's been a few.
Yes, I've seen animals. You know, more than in the southern sphere.
It's been
wonder-
infrequent, but
Not many.
I wonder how standoffish they are. Or if you might be able to see if they have been noticing the others among them disappearing.
Good work.
sorry, I am attempting to pull up.
And I can make sure they're my friends when I do.
God damn it.
What are you doing? You like Singe?
Oh, I love that time.
God damn
Welcome
it.
It isn't gonna help it.
No, it's just gonna make it worse.
Just leave it alone.
Is it because of the cold?
But yeah,
I think so.
We can shut it.
It's just my thighs.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you pull that Ursula across?
Might have,
me every
might have
time,
been a
too.
short story I wrote.
The Hebephage story?
No.
The blue teethy thing.
Oh, the tooth boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up.
The Cheshire Cat.
I don't need another piece of
In your
banana
space, I'm so
bread.
sorry.
I need another piece of banana bread.
I'm just.
Oh, fuck, I already did
I
that.
spread out.
Ow.
Dark Twitter, show me Evil Ants Canada.
What?
Oh my god.
Alright. I do not have the name, but I know I wrote something.
Erica's
I wrote
hands
a
might be
goddamn
as big as
short
yours.
story for this, but I can't find it right now.
Is it another
Bigger.
fuck no because
Not by much.
Not by much.
Let me me fucking describe it instead of just spoiling the surprise.
Well, it's a fuck because we got that much from him.
So fuck nope.
Alright, so there's a particular book that you ended up coming across.
I was just about to get
Digging,
this. Do you want another piece?
digging through various tomes, you've kind of avoided some of the more natural beasts. You've gone through some books on the Shadow Veil. You even found a book on Elithral, which is the Plane of the Fairies.
It's where the unicorn came from.
Yes. But one book in particular that you ended up
That was going a lot
finding,
better in my mind.
ended up discussing the Abyss. And primarily it was a book on demons.
Okay.
There was a very particular demon that seemed to catch your attention that was described. However, its physical description is kind of given, and it was given a name. And again, I don't know what that name is.
Okay.
I have it somewhere. I just have to dig it out. And there's really nothing more in that book about it.
So it doesn't tell me like what the demon is about or does or.
No. But you have discovered that it is a demon, and that as you were looking through more books, you realize that what was here was insufficient to answer your questions.
Okay. But I know it's a demon.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
You know it's a demon, you have its name, despite the fact that you don't actually have its name
Okay.
right now. I will dig through that.
Okay.
Because I know I wrote that story.
Right.
It's a minor demon called the Blue Boy. Blue thing, if you will.
Oh, hope you have wings.
Hope you have wings.
God damn it. Alright, so there was that.
Okay. Cool.
And then Myth, you rolled for looking up local legends and stuff, right? What was that roll?
I don't remember.
Well, then you're gonna have to roll again
Sounds
because
good to me.
because I
User
It
inspiration
was a
and stuff
20,
on that.
27.
Just
I
gonna
think.
use all my lucky charges on books.
I apologize if that's the case, but we
14.
had transitioned. All right.
Yeah, I just don't remember.
Yep, things happen. All right, so you, because of the nature of myths and legends, some of them you're not sure if they're really myths or if this is just a work of fiction. There's a few stories. One of them is from it tells tales of a very long time ago, and a period of time that you've actually read up on before, and it was talk of the Demon War, or the not the Demon War, but the reign of the Demon King.
Hate that.
I swear to God, if you pull my white hair again,
No, it's
No,
a crumb.
it's a crumb.
okay,
You have red in your beard.
fuck.
I didn't
The
know.
concern on your face, though, you were like, at first, like, what is it? And then you were like, oh no.
Oh, look, this is a rare tree.
By the way,
This happened last week.
could someone cut me a piece of banana bread and stick it on a plate?
Before we eat it all.
Yes, that's the point I want.
I got it.
Oh, Jake, don't let me forget to tell you about the weird fucking astral projection dream I had this morning.
All
Is it
right.
the one where I was
You-
making the donkey can?
Yes!
You might want to write that down because I'm gonna.
Do you want
forget.
butter on it?
Yes. So one of the myths that you heard about or that you found was about the reign of the Demon King, and that one of the adventurers who were responsible for defeating the Demon King came to where River Tan is now founded, and he was the one who basically started the town.
He didn't drink of the water and go,
What?
oh, fuck
I
that.
did do that, like.
He was a fighter.
No, the reason why, and actually this is another thing you end up finding, is that the water wasn't always tainted by Magebane.
No.
In fact, it wasn't until around the time of the Dragon War that Magebane was even discovered in the River Tan mines. Or it wasn't identified as Magebane steel. So, we're talking around 150 years after the founding of the Conclave of Races. Which, for everyone's reference, was 6,119 years ago.
Nerd!
Yes, such a nerd, I made up my own 10,000 years of history.
Nerd.
Yeah, that
That's
qualifies
pretty
you as a
fucking
nerd.
And despite the fact that I'm DMing a game for a channel called Nerdlopedia,
That doesn't make you not a nerd.
El Presidente.
You're a game developer. Like,
I
And a
am,
rocket
I am
scientist.
pointing these facts out as no shit.
Rocket scientist.
Schlorp.
I'm not a rocket scientist.
Schlorp.
You were.
Stop bringing it up, for the love of God. Okay, I'm trying to tell stories here.
what do you want us to do about it?
Where's the big D20? You need to throw it at him.
No, that's not worth it. Oh, I've got an empty one here.
Water fight!
Hits the streaming computer.
Just
I
the manga.
apologize that I was laughing while you were trying to talk to me, but I looked over at chat, and right after Erica knocked that crumb out of your beard, ESPRPG said, oh, there goes fourth meal.
Oh.
It's okay.
And it cracked me up.
It's how the real dwarfs be.
It's okay. She paid me back with banana bread.
Banana bread.
So I can put more on my beard.
Banana bread. That I can pluck out that you think
It was a banana bread seed.
Well,
Alright. There's not a ton of other local legends. There's some talk of various monsters that
Monsters.
attack the town, people going missing.
Monsters.
There's even a tale about a man-like figure that seems to almost spout lava
Boy.
and jumps buildings. That
Endeavor, is that you?
no, not hair on fire, but had like fire pouring out of their face, wreaking havoc on the town and then seemingly disappearing.
Have you ever watched the Silent Hill movie?
No.
Can we watch that together next time we have a day off?
The first one?
Yeah.
The first one's pretty good.
Because I'm just thinking about that minor acid monster.
Oh, the lying figures.
Yeah, I think that's big time up his alley. That
Yeah.
and the guy
All
that does
of
the
the-
monster acting for that is amazing.
I
Yeah.
think it's Javier Botet.
It is, thank you.
You don't find anything that's too recent. But you get a lot of older stuff.
I'd like to look to see if I can figure out when missing persons cases started to turn up in Rivertown.
All right.
When was the city founded?
And try to compare it to some of the times that...
Okay, that's
these-
going to be an investigation check.
Investigation, I'm not as good at that. But I got a nat 20, so it's gonna be a 22.
I would like to point out that you do have another resource that you guys are not using.
What?
He's getting drunk at
You
the
have
bar.
the sending stone.
I do, yeah. I could ask Olwen, but he's busy.
And Aldwin's in the City of Gold right now.
True, but he's doing his own research too.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. About
And I
the
don't have the
sending stone.
sending stone.
I don't know about the sending stone. Otherwise, Tell would absolutely ask about this too.
I mean, and Myth has.
Well,
sending.
it was given to Aldwin in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
That might have been when I was in control of Tell.
Yes.
So,
Farron got the pair of
so you would
scissors
know about the sending stone.
and then gave one to Olwen when he left.
All right.
Might ask about that in a minute then.
You rolled what for investigation?
22.
Let me put it this way: Nind was not far off.
Yeah.
There have been reports throughout all of Rivertan's history of people going missing for various reasons. Some of them were known, and you actually notice a few like handwritten or like a lot of the tomes that you end up going through are a lot of handwritten records of so and so, blah blah blah, and there's a few. There's actually several records throughout the history that seem to point to a particular family, and it is the Borsk family. They seem to have resolved many of the reasons why people went and disappeared. But from what you can tell, it seems like 30-some years ago, all record of the Borsk just disappear.
So, like, they were like
Forced.
the local investigation.
I just love that you made the Borsk family before you ever heard about the Belmont family.
No,
No?
they were a direct inspiration.
Okay.
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
remember what order.
Oh, so you're the Belmont.
Yeah, so
Borska.
there's no explanation as to why the Borsk family stopped working.
Jebediah,
Yes.
you mentioned the Borsk family that left. I'm
Yes.
noticing that they come up a lot in this history. What happened? Or were they in...
Their family is, well, to say the least, a quite tragic one, but a very important one. So, their family line goes quite far back. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's even said that they were around before the founding of the Conclave. They were, and what's left of them are monster hunters. and that is their craft. Many of the tomes here were a direct result of their investigations and centuries and millennia of research.
And then they just left?
Left is not quite the right word. Most of them have passed. The only one who remains is Rosaline. And she does not do much these days.
I imagine being a monster hunter doesn't yield you a long life.
Nope, that was definitely one thing that didn't help them, but they persisted for a very long time. It also helps to have a very big family.
Does Rosaline still live in town?
She does. She doesn't really report much, not since the passing of her uncle. And she has really been working with Gimnum. He's the only local wizard in town.
Okay.
Gimnum is an odd fellow.
We're used to them.
And he has crazy ideas, but I leave him to his work, as he means well. And I have known him since he moved here.
I see. I wonder if she might be able to lend any counsel on the situation then.
If you can find her. It is... Where she is most days, no one knows. She pops up occasionally to get provisions, and equipment, but there's not much else.
So Gimnum might be the one to talk to first, to try to get her.
Perhaps. He's on the southern side of town, closer to the river. You will recognize his home as the one attached to a massive water wheel.
That seems unusual for a magic user in this area.
Well, his work is unusual. But that is less for me to discuss, as I don't know the intricacies of it. But he'll be able to tell you much more. Unfortunately, at this time of night, he's probably either incredibly busy or not
Asleep.
there. Yes. It all depends. He is, again, an odd individual. He doesn't interact much with the town.
I was gonna quickly, if you'll let me look up face stuff.
Yes, but I will have you do it at disadvantage just because of the amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to regret taking a bite of this. Because he's going to give his answer.
10 plus a what check? Investigation?
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I needed to actually give you that. We're going to do Arcana, and before you even tell me that, I need to know specifically what you're looking for.
Fey dragon stuff.
Oh, so stuff on fairy dragons.
Mm.
And what did you roll?
13.
13?
They're small.
They're small.
You find records of them existing.
That's about
Yes.
And there's some physical descriptions. You know that they come in a variety of colors, various forms, but it also seems that they only become visible to those they want to become visible to.
Okay. Fine, that kind of makes sense in that one regard, except
But-
for the one regard of the sword.
More specifically, that is what you found in one of the books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At a certain point in the night,
I
Jebediah,
thought that Vox wanted to use the sending stone.
I do. I
Okay.
do want to ask Alduin to
Cool.
research that demon.
That seems to be stalking
Nakane.
poor Nakane.
Okay. Does Aldwin have a response?
Aldwin,
I mean,
I shout into
I
this
have to-
You
engine.
have 25 words.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
You got 25 words, and he's got 25 words back.
I don't think it's attuned, is it?
no.
Sending stones are
Okay.
not attuned, and that's what's amazing about them.
Yeah, just sending spell.
Yeah,
and
just
it
give
goes
us
to
a
the,
basket of those next time.
Yeah.
Then
Aldwin,
you have to keep track of which ones are connected to what.
Color code it.
Aldwin, a demon is following Nakane. Its name is whatever it is. Could you look into it for me?
Sure.
Dope.
Yeah. And you and I still have to discuss things about.
We have to discuss a lot of things because we haven't established Grimm's family, where the family is at currently.
No, I meant for Aldwin.
I know, and Alwyn, and we got a lot to talk about.
And I can't remember if you sent me your letter to
I did.
Bethel. Okay. And I may have pinned it somewhere and don't fucking remember where it is.
I linked it to-
You sent it to me, and then I sent it to Jake.
Oh, I sent it to Jake too.
Oh, okay. It's pinned in our chat.
You've gotten it from 2 different sources.
Could have been during a very busy time.
It likely was.
I think it was literally like 2 or 3 days after
Every day is busy for you, Jake.
you got hired by Smunchy.
Not always.
No,
There are some days I actually
it was only
stop.
like a week or 2 ago. We've been with Smunchy for over 2 months.
It has not been 2 months.
No, it really
It's-
hasn't.
It's been close. We've
No, it hasn't. You guys got hired in middle January. It's middle February.
It's been a month.
month. Okay,
Anyway, it has felt like 2 months.
it's felt like 2 years. Let's be real.
All right. So that exchange happens, and at a certain point in the night, Jebediah goes, "Oh, I am sorry to bother all of you in your research, but an old man needs to sleep, and
That is fair.
I do have to lock up. So,
Where is your donation box?
oh, it's right here by the front, and you see this wooden box, and it's covered in like cobwebs and stuff.
I'm going to put 30 gold pieces into it.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that.
Of
I'm
course.
going to too. I like this man.
I just half contemplated putting a chunk of dragon meat in there.
Tell would have actually hit you.
No, he'll put 30 in yours once.
Whipped out his
So
quarterstaff from
he
his
just got
throat
90
and just-
gold.
So
This guy.
I'm going. Where are you guys headed back to the Nasty Steed? It is starting to get pretty late.
I assume.
All right. So sorry to completely avoid Grim and Nakane, but
Yeah, Team Void.
Team Boy.
Eh,
how long are you guys drinking?
all night.
I mean, I'm not gonna get plastered, but I'm gonna get drunk.
All right.
You hope.
I'm gonna say that is perfectly possible with the amount of time that it has spent with them before they show up. Nakane, what about you?
Probably like same, like drinking, but not looking to get like absolutely like
Hammered.
shitty.
I'm looking to have a good time while we're waiting for the bartender to get off work.
That's fair.
And I absolutely set up a round robin style arm wrestling tournament.
All right. There are some of the patrons who are a little like, "You're gonna arm wrestle with that?" And they're kind of pointing to your stub.
It's my offhand. I still got the big one.
All right.
That one.
Give me a few strength checks.
Nakane's refereeing.
24,
Okay.
15, 13.
Woof.
You got tired.
Ooh, so you do really well in the first one. You manage to beat this gruff-looking miner. It's a human. But the next two, you don't do
They're
so
dwarves, aren't they?
One of them's a dwarf, and he is very drunk. And you're almost worried that he may have overextended your arm. But you manage to get some laughs out of it, and everybody has a fairly good time. So the energy of the place kind of raises a little bit.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, so you get as drunk as you need to, because I'm at this point I'm tired of making you guys make Constitution saving throws on shit, unless it's going to be something you're not intending to get drunk at all. So yeah, you guys are fairly drunk when your other three friends walk in. There's a slight pause, and kind of everything goes back.
Oh wait, we saw them earlier in this night. This is okay.
Yep.
You're back.
Yep.
Grim got his ass kicked at arm
Do
wrestling.
anything fun?
We read a lot of books, which is very fun for us.
That's extremely boring.
Oh, I had a great time. I learned a bunch about demons.
Did you hit anything?
No, I don't normally hit things, except for with magic, and that is sometimes especially awful, as you've already seen.
Not as fun.
You watched me take a soul.
Punching things is more fun.
I don't think so.
Then you're wrong.
We just have we still exact violence, just in different ways.
Fair enough.
Now, arm wrestle him, I want to bet.
Who?
Whoever. I don't care. Him. He just points at
I
someone.
thought you pointed at me for a
You wanna
second.
arm wrestle with me?
Arm wrestle Tavern.
Alright.
Okay, so it's Nakane and Grim.
Can I arm wrestle the winner?
Well, strength rolls.
Be nice to me, please. Would like to kick Grim's ass.
Don't forget, you have inspiration.
I know. Question about the gauntlets of ogre power. Do they
They make your strength 19.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So that's going to be a +4.
You both have.
Oh, I do not have gauntlets of ogre power.
Oh?
I have a belt of giant strength.
Hill Giant strength?
The one that gives you 21 strength.
Yeah, I lose. I rolled a 17.
Oh, you don't know what he rolled.
What's your flat? That was your flat number or your total?
My total.
19.
Yeah, so I lost.
So it wasn't terribly like one-sided.
They kinda
You managed to hold him out for a while, but in the end, Grim manages to.
Yeah.
So does that mean instead of telling us all or showing us like, I got the gun is to help, you're being like, belt.
I
You said
thought
you
I had
wanted
the
to
gauntlet.
arm
I would
winner.
really have loved if Nakane
Yeah.
went.
I'm gonna make it fair
Without
because he's
him.
using magic.
Oh, without him, I'd absolutely. Because I only got 12 strength.
I was gonna make
Just
it fair because
starts
you're using
unlacing her
magic.
gauntlets.
Go ahead then.
Yeah.
What?
It's you,
Tavern
boys.
wanted to arm
It's you,
wrestle the
boys.
winner, so it's you.
All right.
And I was gonna make it fair because you're using magic, and then I turn into a. I get a little bit bigger and really hairy.
Turn into a monkey.
No. Primal beast.
Oh, okay.
Hey, contested strength rolls.
Which I do at advantage.
Go for it.
With nat 20.
What's the total number though?
20.
Well,
24.
Motherfucker.
wait. So
I've got nothing in strength. Yeah, no.
It's not an attack.
it's true. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Yep.
I got a 19 in case you were wondering, but I have a +5.
A lot of the people nearby kind of step back as Faerun gets a little bit bigger and hairier. And, like, you guys put your arms down, and you see Faerun's muscles just, like, bulge. And he's pushing you. He's almost to the end, and then you just... Momentum! You just slam his fist down, and he goes tumbling to the side.
A la Monster Hunter.
All right, who's next?
And everyone's...
Did you read it?
Oh,
Everyone in the tavern is just kind of like...
Who's next? Let's go. Tell us
doesn't
opening up a
know.
betting pool.
Nobody's stepping up.
Nobody wants to try their luck? You could win
That was
gold.
a good try, though. I was like, I found a Jack.
It was an okay try. Yeah, it was pretty.
I think I'd rather get another drink.
I buy a drink for that man.
Okay.
Why does your board only say Donkeykin with 3 exclamation marks and 3 underlines?
Here's me. I did the underlines in there.
All right.
I saw it. They had written it, and yes.
Is there anything else that you guys do while you wait for the tavern to kind of shut down?
No.
Not really.
All right.
Tell's hanging out and playing with Kahamut, probably.
Okay.
She's feeling very tired with all the mage bane around. So he's smooching her a little. Magic keeps her form, so she's feeling very sleepy.
All right. So, after a bit of time, Julia shouts, "Last call," and then eventually everyone get the fuck out who doesn't have a room. You see the caravan leader come in and go up. Well, actually, he would have come in at some point and gone up to the room, along with a few others of the caravan. Not much else being mentioned. And everyone leaves except for all of you, and Julia is there. She kind of closes some of the blinds, locks them up. She keeps the lights on, but she starts to put some of them out, except for a few of them that are at... Well, she brings a few over to a table that she turns back up, pulls up some chairs. All right, sit around.
Go ahead.
Tell settles in.
So, you wanted to know more about the disappearances.
Yes. As you probably figured out, I'm personally a wandering mercenary, but I have a keen interest in the welfare of children.
All right.
Personally.
Well,
And
these...
from what I understand, it doesn't sound like they're wanting the help of wandering adventurers.
No, it is because a wandering adventurer came in here and pretty much stole the children.
The rainbow boy that I told you guys about, and you were like, it's not a problem.
What?
I told them about it before.
There was
I found him in a
rainbow
different
dragonborn.
town, and then I was like, that's weird. So I
Rainbow
followed him.
A
Boy.
rainbow
He's got-
dragonborn.
Oh.
He has rainbow
Have I ever met a
scales.
rainbow dragonborn in my travels?
No.
Okay.
It is rarer than tieflings,
But he was
and almost nobody's heard of it.
rainbow colored, which that's unusual, and he had a dragon with him.
It sounds like
A fairy dragon.
you have heard this story.
He and I were at the Dynamic Sword.
Ah,
When did you see this?
4 days ago.
Southern Spear.
Isn't that where you came from?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
At the time, we didn't know his involvement.
let me get this straight. He was here, and
about,
then kids went missing,
about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
and then he was in the Southern Spear, and it froze over.
Don't know if the Southern Spare one's
Wait,
related.
the Southern Spear is frozen over?
Yes.
Yes.
A very large,
Oh.
what was it, an ice
So,
Demon thing, yeah.
demon? Yeah, it's not fun.
are we talking coincidence or causation here?
No idea. But Fey
Coincidence.
Dragons and Rainbow makes me think of one thing which isn't friendly.
It's likely that it's a coincidence.
In that case, possibly a coincidence. Maybe. He was
But
talking to... Ooh.
he did know one
What
of
was he talking to?
our friends.
You
Sprites or-
remember him speaking to a sprite.
Sprite. I don't know what sprites do in your world. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Anyways, disappearing children.
Yes. So, this Rainbow Dragonborn came into town, offered to get rid of some of the water elementals that were plaguing the river. When the town went to pay him, the payment was stolen. And it would seem he took all of the children in the middle of the night.
What was the payment, out of curiosity?
Probably gold.
As in, like,
It
a
was
value.
It was an artifact.
Oh.
A very ancient dagger. I do not know much more besides that. That was something that he had an agreement with the mayor of the town.
Oh, and we shouldn't talk to him.
That's probably why we were cautioned to stay out of his area.
Mayor probably
probably,
thinks it's
like-
his fault.
Well, a little bit partially maybe, but there's also, the other thing, and Last Adventure made a deal with, kind of.
I heard it was
It's not the mayor's fault.
stolen, and
Yes.
did you ever find any leads?
No one found any leads. However,
Oh.
it apparently only went missing after the Rainbow Dragonborn came to town.
And where did it go missing from?
That is a question for the mayor.
That doesn't make sense.
And
No.
I know that
It wasn't him, I don't think.
Volgar said that nobody had been able to get near the mines, and that was likely.
Yes. The Church of Suno is quite strict about who has access to the mine.
They might I couldn't even get close to that. I don't think I want to try. Because if I turn into like something small and try to get there and they have an anti-magic wall, and I turn to an elf and they're there,
Or even just the
I
too
get
much
hammered.
fucking mage.
Honestly, any magic user wanting to go into the mine is suicidal.
And we have several of them.
I'd be fine.
you'd
You would be fine.
you would be capable enough.
You
Well,
wouldn't be
her
able to use your
magic is
smites.
divine.
The way that Tim was with when the Mage Bane came in contact with him, it sounds like it's especially painful for divine magic.
I agree.
Well, as evidence with the Church of Suno, it is not capable of fully stopping divine magic, but it definitely makes it more difficult.
It
So
only
we are-
stops me.
So,
We are for sure that the mines are where the children were taken.
No.
That is
No.
the assumption.
Just in the direction of the mines.
That's the only thing in that direction,
But then
unless
the-
it's in the mountains.
Curiosity is the only way I can see to convince all the children to go out like that is magically. And once they get to there, how does he keep them all? Unless it's also divine.
Here's a more interesting question that many have been struggling to piece together. How could he affect so many children who are all infused with this Mage Bane steel?
Oh yeah, infused with it because they live on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Considering almost nobody in this town can live without, at some point, imbibing in Mage Bane.
There was talk of a flute.
Yes. One of the guards claimed to have heard a flute, but
were any of the children that went missing Elven?
yes, there were a few elven children.
So it wasn't a charm then.
Oh yeah, and I found them.
They
Well-
used to have resistances against
Yeah,
being
they're
charmed.
not
Oh, I
immune
thought
to
it
it.
was.
No,
Oh,
they're
they're
immune
immune to
to
magical
sleep.
sleep.
And
No,
we,
if elves were immune to fucking charm, I'd rewrite them so they weren't.
we learned something troubling too about Tukum.
Yes, that poor kid is the only one that's left.
That is not a child.
What do you mean?
It
Baron?
sounds as though there's
Something
a creature
is
that
using his image.
pretends to look like a child to get close to them.
I can tell you how I found that out. I'm not sure if you want to know though.
Well,
If he comes around, if you can get him in contact with Silver, if he doesn't turn, then we're...
No. Normal person might not want to do that. Because, sucky life.
I think that she might be able to handle.
well,
Maybe, but also sucky life. And all of you get weaker you get.
wait.
I don't know if
The
it works like
creature-
that, but
I
you
will
know.
say magic is definitely not my forte. Considering I can't help but drink ale. So,
Julia, how firm is the grasp on Mage Bane?
Very.
Extremely.
depends on how long you consume it for.
I'm not talking about that.
How firm is your grip on your other hand?
I'm talking, what if I were to get a dagger made of it for
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
No. Keep that away from me.
Same.
you would
a good idea though.
you would need to first talk to the smiths that belong to the Church of Suno.
I am not going anywhere near
Great.
there.
Me and religion, we're like,
Yeah, and I'm not going with
Just
you.
like that.
I don't know if they want to go with you
not
or anyone
to
else.
not to mention the fact that well, they are quite strict about who they give it to, and well, they do have a process for getting it. But it's the Church of Suno, so it's not an easy one.
Mired
my wife
in
when I need her.
bureaucracy. Sure.
Oh yeah, because she does the thing. I just said the thing. The thing can mean many things.
I know.
Shush, Farron.
Don't shh me.
I will
Shush,
shush you all I
Farron.
want. I just fucking tossed
I
you
am
off
your
that
elder.
table over there.
Well, if it's any consolation, I didn't hear a thing.
You wouldn't happen to know anyone that in town that's already had that might be willing to part with it.
Who already has it, yes. Who's willing to part with it, no.
Even for the right price?
Well, in a town like this, when even though we are incapable of magic, that does not stop various creatures from wielding it. If I have any recommendation, it would be to speak to Rosalie.
Whoa.
No.
She's the last of the Borsks, and myths would kind of explain the Borsk family and mention that it sounds like she can be hard to track down, but that it might pay to talk to Gimnum.
Oh, you are quite knowledgeable for a group needing questions.
Went right to the library.
We
That's
try
just
to
why
find
reading
things
books is
out,
a good
apparently.
Jebediah is a sweet man.
Yes, he is.
Don't worry, we will
Yeah.
tell you instead. So you
And
don't
I
have
just
to read
happened
your
to
I'd clap
be
for you, but
I specialize
You're
in myths
funny.
and legends and
And apparently introduced him to a unicorn.
a few things that
I'm sorry, what?
have come up.
Oh yes,
Are
even the corner
in
showed
things
up
that
in
I've
the,
studied before.
in the library. I
Well.
think one of our magic went a little.
I guess
You
that
magic user
relieves me a bit
shovel.
more because it sounds like all of you are,
I mean, it doesn't.
At least
it doesn't
investigating
happen
the
because,
children.
Like,
So,
we are crazy. It's
if
just
anyone has a
sometimes
hope of
magic
finding
gets a
them,
little
sounds
risky.
like
I
you.
don't use it.
I'm gonna ask
There you
what
go.
your take is on this as well. I asked Bulgar.
I am not going to lie. Rivertown is a very brutal place. I do not think they are alive.
That
But,
seems to have been the uniform assumption.
I am hopeful. And
Can
even
my
if you
phone be
bring
plugged
back
in,
bodies,
Can my phone be plugged in?
that will bring some closure to the people here. This town has lasted a very long time, despite everything it's tried to make it not.
Yes,
So-
from the looks of the history, it's tried for
It's
years.
grim. I have puns too.
Anyways, if we were to find Rosalie, who would we talk? You said Gimnum?
Mhm.
Do we know where this Gimnum is?
He's on the south side of town by the river. I guess he studies with a large water wheel.
Yeah, what are we?
He is the only wizard in town.
Mhm.
You can only imagine I do not see him much.
Probably not. Well,
It sounds like they're both kind of reclusive.
For good reason. There are many people that do not trust Gimnum,
so
but they tolerate him because so far he hasn't done anything wrong.
why is... I'm assuming you probably asked the librarian, but I'm going to ask the bartender because bartenders get more rumors. Why... What was their family name?
Borsk?
Why is she so reclusive?
She prefers to stay in the shadows. If what you claimed about Tookum is any indication, they are not trusting of people. They are hesitant around those that they do not fully understand. Especially her, since a while ago, Sort of the rest of the Borsks in town were killed.
Jebediah made it sound as though they'd
Slowly.
died on their profession.
And a lot more slowly.
They did die of that profession.
Go on.
I do not know the full details. That would be more of a Rosaline question. If that is something you are willing to try to get her to unbury.
Yeah, no, I just want to know how to stab stuff.
Oh, Rosaline knows very well how to stab things.
Excellent.
It is actually her profession.
I kind of hope you know how to stab things already.
You do have a knife in your arm.
Yeah, quite literally, you know.
It sounds like that's one of the few things that arm can do.
No, he pulls his shield out and like straps it on.
Alright, so you can beat things with it too.
He is quite capable, actually. Just not very
I
handy.
do not doubt that.
Nagane.
What?
She said
Nothing.
just not very handy.
He knows well enough with his horse.
He does. No, you are very capable.
I mean, he's clearly had a hands-off experience.
So he is handy with his horse.
Whoa!
Hey, I don't judge.
Tail just.
You should!
Whoa!
Wow.
No. I have... No.
No?
Do you think his wife knows?
You know? I don't know. Both of us just staring.
My apologies, Grim. I couldn't help
I
it.
can't kill him.
No, you cannot kill us.
Nope.
Whoop. Dropping my pen.
So it sounds like we have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
Should probably get some sleep.
Hmm.
Sleep it is.
Alright.
You're sharing a room with Flynn.
Mm-hmm. You should have been with us when we made the decision.
He looked...
There's only 5 rooms available, there's 6 of us, and I'm not staying with Flynn. And I paid for the rooms, so... Congrats.
He's just going to keep on asking me about fucking different animals.
He's gonna fucking sleep.
He said
He
he,
was
wasn't
feeling unwell.
He said he wasn't feeling good.
He
Yeah.
did look quite ill, so...
Okay,
Probably
good.
the travel.
I
Keep
mean,
an eye on him.
Oh, sad, he's ill, but good.
We don't want him doing anything crazy, so keep
Yeah,
an eye on
yeah.
him if he is sick.
Of the people here, you require the least amount of sleep, so please make sure he doesn't...
Well, we require the same amount of sleep.
If he throws
sleep
up,
short,
make
too.
sure
You
that
can
he's not
stay
on his
with Flynn
back.
until-
No.
I
Thank
know
you.
how to...
What?
I have other
Just
things to take
confirming.
care of.
I'm not a
Draw
young
attention
person.
to yourself then.
Fair enough.
Well, if you guys...
I am not very socially capable.
If you guys do not have any other questions, I will definitely need some sleep.
We'll see you in the morning.
Of course.
Do some
How
breakfast?
secure are your rooms?
They're as secure as any other building here in Rivertown. Well, aside from the ones that are literally breaking apart, but
So keep the
I don't
windows
want
shut.
that one that big.
Keep the windows shut.
there are locks on all the windows
A
and the
dice. I
doors.
didn't want to
Maybe
use
we
one.
find someone tomorrow to keep an eye on our stuff while we're out and about.
I
I
mean,
travel.
Yeah, no, I travel where I can... Oh,
If it helps, I am more than willing to help keep a lookout for your things.
Excellent.
Since you are looking for the children.
Do you have a stable that you recommend personally? I have a horse.
The only, really the only stable in town is the one near the entrance you entered town.
I think that's where I left the horse anyway, so I can just stay there.
That would be the best bet.
I have a question for you. Completely unrelated to everything else.
Alright.
Do you think the people you get here would get a kick out of eating a dragon?
I mean, if they believed it. Are you kidding me? Telling someone, look, I've got dragon meat! Oh, that would be quite the tale to tell.
I've got more than the meat, though.
What?
Would be quite the tale to tell.
Dragon
Tells
meat.
it.
And then some scales. And then like a tooth.
That all seems strange. The dragon meat is
Dragon
intriguing.
stuff out of his.
Oh, literally all the time. He loves showing off the dragon meat. Half of it's poison.
It's tasty. No, not half of it. Only a very small amount of it.
Well, some of it is poison.
Oh, so
It's
he's
what he
used to
does.
showing off his
He
meat.
just-
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, I am
I would
600.
never know, I don't think.
Alright, no, I definitely don't want to see it.
Would the
I don't
gravity
want
have
to know about
affected
my
it?
grandfather's meat.
Great grandfathers.
I don't know if the
Makes
people of the bar would
exhausting.
would enjoy that.
Being
It
around
sounds
him
like
is
it might be,
exhausting.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
I was going
At least
to say
the
maybe
other
more
magic
stringy.
user is funny.
You are so kind.
Well, we had another one before. He
You were
moved
the one who
ahead,
took
but
the joke
At least
further.
he was funny.
Right.
At least I'm getting better with the lewd humor instead of just
Um,
ducking
but
away.
yeah.
A little bit
And
of a
like,
thing
I
is,
mean,
Yeah, you know,
Funny.
night with the
I'm
penis
apparently
is all
pretty
it
decent
took.
at cooking it anyway. So I could
This
do
one,
that
though,
if we don't
is-
have anything else to do because
out of his
If,
Flailed.
if
He's
you want to
old.
cook,
I think.
It's pretty old for now.
sounds good to me. Anybody
600?
who wants to pay for it,
Well, old for normal.
you
ones.
can have
Yeah.
some of it with a little bit of cut. Come towards me for using my facilities.
sure.
The Alzheimer's. Much longer, though. I
Says
think
the
Alzheimer's
druid who has
is much
no
longer.
clue about
Yes.
business at all. Well, okay, no clue about business, but he
I
knows how
see
to sell
the
himself.
finger. What the fuck are you trying to do?
Bailey knows. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
So,
Julia, this might seem quite personal, but I feel
Myth, I swear to
inclined
God.
to ask this.
Myth, I swear to temp. Myth, I
After-
swear to. I
Come,
know.
hey, Nagane,
I
hey,
know where
what
Myth. I know. You know what? Does the name Maria ring a bell for you?
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
You wouldn't happen to be interested in other women, would you?
Look, a beer.
Look, a beer!
that is a interesting question.
Because if you are, I know a single woman.
Well, I have some bad news for that woman. I am happily married.
Oh, very sweet.
Nice save, Nagane.
She is a
It's like, you're
wonderful
a
person.
wingman.
Aw.
You're a really obvious wingman.
I wasn't trying to be stealthy about it, or I would have waited till she went to bed.
Which she's done to me before.
They also just, well, I mean,
They are
we also
the
just
wingmen
straight
for
fire her
me
Me
clothes
and the
on.
ladies of Choir
Well,
do not mix.
neither of them are very subtle.
I don't see much subtlety in your group
In
at
most
all.
of us, no.
There's no such thing as
I can be
subtlety in
subtle.
this group.
I just can't right now.
This
because
one
I
is
used to
probably the
know.
best at like the actual social speaking part. Just not
Oh,
particularly subtle.
I
just
can be
hit things
subtle
with
when
a
I'm
hammer.
not in this form.
I was quite
What about
subtle when
spider?
I
Who's
pretended to be a
That's not
noble with those
subtlety.
wanties.
That's
I-
But you didn't know me.
I
yet.
have to admit, you are all very interesting people.
Wanty?
Unfortunately,
It's a long story.
it is not enough to keep me awake. So I will leave you.
Get some rest.
Feel free to go up to your rooms.
We're probably not going to stay up much. Is it alright if we just sit at the table for a bit?
That is all right. Do not open any of the windows or doors.
Turn down the lamps when we go out.
Blow out the candles. It's fine. If you leave them up, it'll be unfortunate. I'd prefer you to give them back, but you guys have been more than interesting, and nothing a few candles going out won't hurt my feelings. So, please have a good night, and best of luck to you.
Have a good night.
And she's gonna stand up, kind of walk towards the back. You hear some more clicking, and it seems that she actually leaves the building.
Being hidden is being subtle, yes?
No.
No.
We're
No?
talking about being socially subtle.
Oh. If I'm being a social spider, is that being subtle?
No.
No.
Like if I just sit there and dance?
No.
You... Definitely not what we're talking about at all.
Oh. Okay.
But yes, there were wanti that had kidnapped a noble, and I had to be a noble to get in.
Right.
They were rather enjoying kidnapping people.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty happy about it.
Have I ever fought the Wanti before?
Unless you've gone
So.
really far south. No.
Well, he's been doing this for 6 or 7 years, so...
It's possible, but you probably wouldn't take too many trips down there. The gold, like, it takes a good several months to get all the way down there. And realistically, you can make a living just being in kind of the Heartlands area and make a good living off of helping travelers go between places.
It's probably also, let's hire someone here, get to this town, hire new people, get to the next town. Rather than take someone across the entire continent from wherever their family is or their home.
Yeah. A lot of very important travel to the Southern Spirit does end up happening magically. There are several groups that, slowly make their way down that way, especially people who can't truly afford magical transportation and are willing to risk the go. But also along the entire Gold Road, there are paths to some of the dwarven fortresses, and those are the more well-worn paths.
Okay.
But you've probably heard of Delonte.
Heard of them. Not really crossed paths with them. I'm not overly fond of slavery, so that's probably a good thing. I'd hate to have to kill a bunch of people.
We did.
Yeah, no, I bit one. I bit a few. They tried to bite me.
I'm gonna go up to bed. Remember to turn off the candles.
Dogs have tried to bite me before, but you don't see me rolling around on the ground with them.
I haven't had a dog try to bite me.
I have.
Okay, but the dire wolf things don't count. That's something else entirely. Normal dogs.
Yeah, it's gonna do
I'm
the thing
going to
where
bed.
She puts like the pillows reorganized so it looks like there's somebody in the bed and slide back under the bed again.
I'll go up and go to bed, leaving thing 1 and thing 2 to debate the
No, I went to bed too.
You can't.
waiting of dogs.
All right.
After the whole direwolf thing, he just turned. He didn't say anything. He just turned around and went to bed.
Tell.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Probably going up to the room to hang out.
All right.
He only has to sleep for 4 hours, so he's gonna cuddle with Kahamut and do some reading and writing in his grimoire.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm just gonna chill with my 10 centipedes.
All right. So,
Oh God.
so before we end tonight's session, and I'm not going to resolve the long rest quite yet. I want to.
Then let me erase this really
I'm nervous
quick
about
so
that.
I don't forget.
Yeah. The question I have for you guys is, what are your plans for the following day?
That is the question.
Unless that is something that you'd rather play next time.
Well, I
Speak to Wizard Boy?
Yeah, probably go talk to the...
And Rosalie, if we can find...
if we can get a hold of Rosalie, I'm not based on what I've heard about her, I don't know if we want people that are too eccentric going with us.
You're looking at me for calling me eccentric.
Talking about the favorite.
And Flynn.
And Flynn.
And kind of myth.
Yeah, I
No
was
offense.
going to go try to talk to Gimnum.
Okay.
Well, we have to talk to Gimnum to get to Rosalie,
Exactly.
and then maybe you guys might be interested in going to the Church Suno and seeing if they'll.
I am not going anywhere near a Church of Suno. You can fucking bite my ass.
I might even be considered a criminal by them already. Just in general. I don't know.
Honestly,
Can someone please give me a lowdown on the Church of Suno?
Magic bad.
So they are the shock troops that get sent in if a mage goes off the rails really
Okay.
bad. So they have armor that shields them from magic, and they will put these handcuffs on you made of mage bane steel that will sever your own tie with your magic.
Yikes.
Or until they take them off, and then they're going to ship you to the front line.
Oh, and they
So-
follow their own set of laws.
Yeah, so Suno is the god of justice, and there's one other aspect I'm completely forgetting at this time.
Yeah, you and I just talked
I
about
know.
this too.
So the reason I'm confused about their aspects is that actually a while ago I ended up changing some of them. So I have two different ones in my head, and I'm like, crap, I don't remember. But yeah, so essentially they are a church of lawmakers.
Okay.
And oftentimes they do work very closely with local governments to try to make it so their laws are the same laws of the city.
Right.
That doesn't always happen.
Right.
No.
And yeah, I actually have a list of 26 laws that they have.
Order and thunder.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Oh, I've got a potion of thunder resistance. It's not going to help me, but
Yeah. So,
I
I
mean,
feel like you would be the only safe one in that church. The rest of us are heavy magic
Well-
users. They would take one look at me and think I am a fucking criminal.
I mean,
the
they
reason
wouldn't-
I was saying that us three would probably be best off going to talk to Rosalie, it seems like she's someone that's very... She wouldn't... Myth, you are very charismatic, but she doesn't sound like she would respond better with charisma more than
Sorry, I was looking at the 26.
someone that she would respect based on, like...
But we also haven't
What-
met her yet.
Yeah, well...
and, you know, I can be quiet.
All
I
right.
managed it well enough.
Are
I
you
don't...
sure?
Are you sure?
I managed it well
What's
enough.
I
for
haven't
funny-
heard you shut up since I met you.
What's funny
You have plenty of time.
is the person at this table who's probably dealt with the Suno paladins and Suno shit the most is.
Nakane, yeah.
Would
So,
you say, Jake?
I would like
Well,
to
that
meet
gives me a
Rosalie.
very good idea. I mostly want that so I can be prepared for what I
Yeah.
can.
If, depending on what happens, Myth might ask Tavern to take her where definitely not took him was, so that she can...
I mean, I kind of want to look
Smell
for the
around.
Heavy thing. I don't know what a Heavy Phage, so I want to look for that.
So,
Why don't you look for that other druid woman? She might know some things.
Left notes around for her. No one knows where she is, and flying around the woods looking for what could also be a bird or a spider or any other thing isn't going to work.
Maybe it's in the woods.
funny how hard it is to find druids when they don't want to be found.
Won't fly around, leave notes in the woods.
All right, so
Best chance.
that's where we're going to conclude tonight's session.
Cool.
But before we
She comes to town,
hop
there's
off
notes in town.
and raid someone else, because it's nice for us to raid other people. Does anybody in chat have questions? Do you guys have questions for me about what happened tonight?
Nakane's undercover.
Can we adopt
mercenary,
Jebediah?
Yeah.
You
so
can
she
try.
Would probably turn in bounties and stuff
You
like
can
that.
certainly
Right.
try.
Those paladins.
I will never stop you from trying.
I am really curious.
However,
about
you
how
also have to
they
deal
go
with an
about
old
Tel's
man
very
and his
distinct
books.
brand of magic, because
The books
witches
would,
are like
would pose a
there's
problem.
3
I don't know
of
if we
them.
got enough bags of holding for that.
And I don't think you can
4,
buy any in town.
including
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
4 now.
Oh,
There
that
used to be
brings up an
5.
interesting concept. Could you imagine,
And
like,
they're very
if you were moving, like, renting, like, a carriage of holding? Or a wagon of holding?
I'm sure they exist.
But yeah,
Traveling library. Vox, you have a I See a Last Podcast shirt. Hail yourself.
Hail yourself! Hail Satan! Make installations! That's me!
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, I don't know either, but
It's a podcast I really like.
but you guys get on with
Huh?
your funky selves. You seem very much
Oh,
like you like it.
Yes.
Inspiration dice. I'm missing 3.
I already gave
I
mine.
used mine.
I used mine trying to beat.
And I think
the Heavy
Oh, yeah,
Phage
I'm
still
missing
terrifies me at
Yeah.
the moment.
the what?
The Heavy Phage.
Oh, okay.
Because that was distinctly close to
Hey.
death.
Nah!
He rolls a D100 for how many years it takes.
Better than mine.
Yeah, everyone else in the party could just straight up die.
So could I! Being 600?
He is pretty close to the lifespan of an elf.
How would that work with, like, say Tel was level 20? Because...
Oh, there's shit about the Heaviphage that they shouldn't encounter immortals.
Okay, interesting. Alright.
There's also level 20 druid. Double the lifespan.
Well, Tel as a level 20 witch, like if he gets to level 20, they revert back to their 30-year-old selves and then stop aging. They just stop aging. They can be killed, but they will not die of, like...
Congratulations,
age.
you're just a battery now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I have one fat Heaviphage.
I know it was by chance, but I appreciate that Myth knows all about things that could potentially mess with kids when one of her personality traits is that she has a soft spot for kids.
Yeah.
It's It's like,
So
oh
does
yeah,
Tell.
it's in that line
So is
of,
Grim.
just fuck these monsters in particular.
Hail me.
Yeah.
The line of fuck that.
I'm really happy that you caught on. That of Tookum.
My fucking.
So for
My
anyone
IC's baby time.
who didn't know,
15.
Took him was
a
taken.
very long time ago. This was when we still had the single microphone in the middle of the table. I ran a one-shot called The Spooky House, which you can actually find on our YouTube channel.
And Spooky House was a really good time.
And they actually encountered the Hebephage.
We were all playing children.
Oh, good
So
lord.
none of us had a stat above 8 because we were kids.
Yeah, I had Tenethal Heron, and it was 8, 10, 8, 7, 8, 8. And that was one of the better sets of stats.
But yeah, so Tookum was actually a character played by Max in that.
Oh.
And
it's 5
Tookum
hit
was the
points.
first one that got eaten.
Got.
5 hit points.
Got.
Yeah, I think that none of us had
I think
over
that one you
12
dropped
hit
was one of the ones that
points.
came out, wasn't it?
And the strongest weapon you
Yeah,
guys had was
they
a
were-
singular dagger that the punk
Oh, I
kid
thought it was one of
had.
the old ones.
I
you
didn't
dropped.
play
And
both.
everybody else had like toy swords and
Was
shit.
that they were
It wasn't even a dagger, it was like a knife.
Yeah, and
A
it,
kitchen knife.
guess what? It took place in Riverton.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a toy bow and 1 cork arrow.
I was
We defeated it with a fucking ball of yarn.
so
Defeated.
yeah. So to be completely honest, what I loved when I was setting up for Riverton,
No.
I actually had to go back and watch the Spooky House because I remembered none of your characters' names.
Play more
And I was like, okay,
No.
I'm gonna listen to this and I'm gonna figure out
I gotta work tomorrow.
who the fuck these characters are. And then I
Before
heard
midnight.
Max say his character. I'm like, okay, good.
Well, I'll be around if you're bored.
Oh, well.
I forgot what my character's actual name was because she had the nickname.
Yeah,
I've got the sheet at home somewhere, up here somewhere.
yeah, that was.
No, don't leave
I've
my
got
Dragonborn.
Darlaxle's brother's character sheet in here. The brother you didn't know he had, and then you were like,
Yeah.
you know what, let's go with it.
Yeah.
I
But
know
no
a
one's
guy.
asking any questions or anything like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the raid for Maddie.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye.
Please go check out Matty Moores. We're gonna rate him. He is an awesome guy.
Bye.
Yeah, we.
Bye.
If you haven't been with us before, we
Hey.
rate him.
Most weeks.
Don't forget to message us when you get
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, I always forget. I'm sorry.
Don't forget.
Oh, here.
Yes, that's my
I wrote them down.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
And I'll remember to send you a message about stuff that I need to ask questions about.
Yes. Oh, you were gonna tell us about the Donkeykin story.
We'll do it once we're off stream.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
Hey,
So-
viewers are ready to raid Maddie Morgs now.
All right.
Go, go.
Well,
Stream
give it a
does not
second.
learn
Okay.
of the
So thank
story.
you all for joining us. I don't think we're actually going to have a Tales from the Tavern stream next week,
Possibly the week after.
or possibly the week after. There's some events going on, so there will be a little bit of a gap. Thank you all for joining us.
We'll keep you posted.
Now give it 5 seconds.
Bye.
What?
Well,
Have a good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Bye.